79 and 80. We pay them back tomorrow. And it's for the hostages. And I wish we had every one of the living hostages on the field tomorrow against Iran. Had them on the sideline with passes. They should be there. We should fly them over and have them on the sideline for the big screw you, Iran, tomorrow.
And for the 20 people that remember what that was all about.
Well, come on now. I hope they teach that in school.
Do you think people were disappointed on Friday in the game in that it wound up 0-0? And so I'll give you an example. So my son Kyle went out to watch the game at like 1 o'clock. So he goes out with his high school friends. They find a bar. Right. They go watch. Gets to be like 12:30 at night, and Kyle's still out. I'm like, anything good? He goes, yeah, still waiting for somebody to score a goal.
Yeah.
One of those, casual fans. It was kind of like, you wonder.
Yeah, to me.
My dad sent me a snarky text about it. Oh, what a thrilling game that ended at 0-0. And yeah, because he doesn't like soccer. So he sent me a text. So for the soccer detractors, it was like ammunition for them.
I wanted to see something. It does walk away. And I don't. Everybody is free to have any opinion they want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Walking away from that was a letdown. That it was nothing. It was very exciting. And the shot that hit the goalpost, was right there. I mean, it was real close. I thought the USA was it was an incredible performance from them, though.
So I was out watching the game with somebody who's not a huge soccer fan, and early in the game when there was a shot by the U.S., not a great shot, but a shot and a save, and the bar where we were, PJ's, went a little bit nuts. And he turns to me and he goes, really? They get excited over just a shot on goal? And I go, yeah, it's kind of a rarity. And he's like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm like, really?
No, it is. It's just different. And the one thing is Kevin Kincaid's tweeting at it yesterday going, he's asking me and a guy from the other station, well, what do we think about this? And I said, look, it's flat out. It was a great moment. I don't like if that everybody gets to have your own opinion, and it's okay if someone doesn't like something as much as you do. There's nothing like soccer fans. I'm like, why am I seeing a tweet from Kevin Kincade about, well, what do you think about this? Well, what did I think is just to say it was the greatest soccer match ever viewed on network television, and the day before, Dallas Giants regular season game tripled it.
Yeah,
I mean, just like stop shoving it down people's throats. You should like it the way everybody likes it. No, it's up to the the sport to earn it.
Absolutely,
to earn the support. Don't get like, see, we're showing you this is great. No, MLS soccer is not great. No matter what you try to spin, it's not great. It's not. It's AA baseball, but it's fun because you can put Philly on it, and every one of us loves Philly.
Yeah, I was entertained for the 95 minutes of that game the other day.
I loved it.
For me to say that, if I would have, the Bob Cooney 5 years ago, there's no way in hell if I would have said, you're going to watch a 0-0 tie between, U.S. and England for 95 minutes. No way. But I have grown to really like the sport more than I ever had before.
I liked it that they weren't on their heels, Pat. That's what I liked most about it, is the USA was seemed like they were on the attack. Like they were really, like that. They didn't look lopsided.
Yeah, they wanted to prove they belonged, and they were, I think on paper, Coach could probably talk to it better than I could. But
I'm worried about his voice.
But on paper, I think they probably looked like they were a massive underdog against a team that was probably stacked.
They were.
And they wanted to go out there and prove that it wasn't just a fluke, and USA Soccer is real, and in a way, finishing with a 0-0 tie, 0-0. Sorry, Coach, 0-0 draw, is a victory in itself. That you didn't, end up losing to a team chock full of Premier League and guys like that.
So that's a moral victory, though.
No, I mean, look, they got a point out of it, so it's
I know. I mean, it's the victory in itself.
Victory, but you didn't lose, and it keeps you alive to get into the knockout stage. So,
Coach, you can't lose tomorrow.
No,
they can't. They cannot lose or draw tomorrow. You can't.
Well, they're now a heavy favorite to beat Iran, and if they want to continue on, obviously they have to win. They can't even have a draw. But as a soccer fan, I was highly entertained by that game the other day. I thought it was great. Even though, look, I don't want a 0-0 tie either. But yeah, like Pat just said,
It's
the
a
U.S.
draw.
showed that they. Sorry, Pat. That they belong.
They
And
played very well. I was fun.
okay. What I was not happy about was watching the game against England, thinking backwards to the game against Wales.
Right.
That's what I wasn't happy about.
Yeah. I have both breaking and no, I just have breaking news.
Okay.
I have
I mean,
breaking
it's
news.
real breaking news.
It is
Okay, this is breaking
news.
which is breaking.
The YouTube channel is up and running.
Oh, there it is. Good
Yes.
job.
Yes, breaking news there. So we apologize for
This
the.
is why I was hesitant to hit the button.
There we go. Breaking news.
So
Hey,
were you right?
Real estate developer Spring Garden Lending specializes in bridge and permanent loans that help you acquire, rehab, construct, and refinance your investment properties. Spring Garden Lending, faster than a bank and less expensive than hard money lenders. We'll have plenty more in the USA Soccer tomorrow morning. Let's check out our jurors' contribution, brought to you by the personal injury law firm of Flager and Associates. They care, they prepare, and they win. Let's give it to it, Pat. Where are we
All
going?
right, let's start off with Brian.
This is Eagles juror Brian Weiler. Just an incredible game by the offensive line, Jalen Hurts, all three running backs. Hat tip to everybody there. So we're 10-1. We made it to December, and it's time to clean things up. Get rid of the fumbles, clean up the special teams. The Eagles are a really good regular season team right now, but it's time to transition into an incredibly tough playoff team.
Brian is the juror that most sounds like what I would have called in with. That's very, very similar.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Get it, clean it up. Clean up the past month. All right, let's go next.
Let's go to a guy who's local to us, Matt in Ballackinwood.
It's your Matt. And, whew, I mean, did we really think it was going to be this way tonight? But you know what? A win is a win. The running game, the offensive line, Jalen Hurts, Miles Sanders, both doing their thing this time around for over 300 yards rushing. Unbelievable. The fact that we let them hang around as long as they did, but the defense was able to come through when they needed it, and that final drive was able to chew up enough clock, and Jake Elliott was stones to hit that 54-yard field goal. Go Birds.
Love it.
That was a big kick.
300-plus yards of rushing. That doesn't even seem real. I mean, it doesn't seem real.
It doesn't. And the reaction to this game is fascinates me so much than the reaction to the Indianapolis game. Because fans like offense more than they like defense.
Yes, they do.
I mean, that's just what it is. You score 40 points and you allow 33. You're going to overlook the 33 more than you're going to say 17, 16. Man, what's up with the offense?
Yeah, but last week, 11 minutes to go in the game, you had 3 points.
Yeah.
There's a difference. I mean,
Hey,
like
there's a
they had
difference,
to
of
come
course.
back to beat a really mediocre football team
Yeah.
against Indy.
Yeah, but
You
it's,
gotta-
I mean, their defense won the game for them
Right.
last week.
All right, what's the last one, Pat, for this hour?
Dante.
This is Eagles Stuart Gilo calling in.
Never
The only
mind.
thing that concerns you right now is Jonathan Gannon and this Eagles defense. I just feel like he can't make adjustments and continues to get bailed out by the offense. Go Birds.
All right, who was that, Pat?
D'Lo, some combination.
It was D'Lo. That was
Yeah.
D'Lo. There we go.
Yeah, I messed up.
Thanks, D'Lo. Hey, perfect show just ended.
Dante's
No,
coming up, and that's what we call a tease
That's a
in the industry.
tease.
That's how you save a segment.
there you go.
Dante's pumped.
Dante's like, dude, I thought I was going to hear myself.
Dante's like,
The 7 o'clock hour. All right, let's find out what, I don't want you to have to spend $3 today to get a real taste of what a good newspaper man would think. He's a good radio man, too. Here's Cooney's column.
Let's turn the page and find out what's in Cooney's column.
Well, the definition of perfection is this: the condition, state, or quality of being free or as free as possible from all flaws or defects. It is a word that's rarely used in sports when describing a team's play, a coach's scheme, or an organizational way of practice. And rightfully so. As ideal as perfection is, and as admirable as it is for said team, coach, or organization to obtain it, it is an impossibility to elevate to such a standard. Through 8 games this season, the Philadelphia Eagles did not reach perfection, though they pretty handily won all of those games by an average score of 28-17. Rare were the complaints about the lack of a run game or the deficiencies of a passing game or a period of softness from the defense, partly due to those units simply not having those type of efforts all that often, but more so because 8-0 masks an awful lot, especially when we as fans allow it. Were there areas that needed to be better during the march to 8-0? Of course. Did we dissect them with as critical an eye that we've seemed to after the loss to the Washington Commanders? Again, of course not. Think about the 2 wins since that loss to Washington. A 17-16 win at Indy and last night's 40-33 shootout against the Packers. Had that Washington game not happened, think of how differently we would be looking at those last 2 wins. Perfection can't be reached in sports, but don't tell that to us as followers and fans, because that would take a lot of fun out of our reaction to the games.
I mean, perfection. I always think, though, perfection is the it's sort of like when Pat will play the Andy Reid. Just be happy they won. Be happy about the win. I don't think anybody goes into a game. I never go into any game and say I expect my team to be perfect.
No, but
I expect them to be a hell of a lot. I expect the Eagles to be a hell of a lot better than they've been the last 4 weeks.
Yeah, and it's funny.
A hell of a lot better.
But think of what I said there, that if you took away that Washington game,
okay,
take away the loss.
Like you mean they eke one out. They
away.
Get a late win.
Take it away. Just take that game away. And you put in these last 2 wins, 17-16 at Indy, 40-33 last night. Think of how differently we would feel about those 2 games had the Eagles improved to, say, 9-0, 10-0, whatever it was, taking away that Washington game. We'd say, man, this team is still on a roll. Find a way to win with the defense. Offense comes through last night. You have a different reaction. That one loss sets your eyes back a little bit.
It does.
And it gets you to be more critical. Not saying it's wrong, not saying it's right. It's who we are. It's how you look at games. And it's... I just love it and it goes to the caller earlier. Blankenship, we got to see more of him. Not putting him down. Great play by Blankenship. But if you look at the other play that he made after the interception, which was horrendous, and he'll probably admit it, it's just a different way you look at things. And it's something I harp on a lot, and I love to see how people do. But they've won 3 of the last 4 not playing their best football, and that's a good thing.
Here's what I'm going to say is there were people that said the Eagles needed to lose a game because losing a game would help them get refocused. That's what Nick Sirianni said. This loss will refocus us. This loss will help us clean things up. This loss will help us get a newfound thing. I haven't seen that in the last 2 games. I think 2 of the last 2 games are 2 of the sloppiest games that they've played.
Yeah, but as I said earlier.
I get it. I know the result.
Yeah.
But I was told that the loss was going to be, well, now we clean things up. This will be a positive. We clean things up. We get it. I'm not seeing a cleaner product.
Well, I don't know. The defense, I haven't seen the cleanest product put together. Defense was great last week. Offense was really good last night. You haven't seen the 2 of them together.
Mashing together.
Since that loss. I think it has the possibility of being there. The defense is hurting.
Oh, it's hurting.
They're hurt. They have injuries. They're hurting.
It's incredible what
you played. I think Linval Joseph played close to 70% of the snaps last night. You're talking about a guy they gobbled up off the streets, and you're throwing him in there to be a productive part of it. So that's good. I think one of my notes was, how cool is this going to be when Jordan Davis gets back, and you're going to have a rotation in that middle of Fletcher Cox, Jordan Davis, Joseph, Hargrave.
Sue.
I think that Sue's kind of an outside guy. I was talking about the fatties in the middle, but yeah, you're right also, Pat. I'm pretty excited about this team.
I want to hear Zach Berman coming up 10 minutes past the hour and hear what Zach has to say. And I have my fingers crossed for Avonte Maddox. I have my fingers crossed for Jordan Davis that we see them back before the Giant game. I'd love to have them back next week, but before that Giant game. Let's see that because it's going to be huge.
I can't wait till this team gets fully healthy.
Because that's when we'll really see it. Because right now, the defense is just dinged. I mean, it's especially that secondary.
You rushed for 300-plus yards last night, and your best blocking tight end isn't there.
I mean, it was incredible.
Yeah.
And by the way, Stahl's not as bad as
no.
He's not a. I don't consider him a weapon. But he's certainly not. Doesn't appear to be a liability.
His value does not show up on a stat sheet.
There you go. Go on, Pat.
That's what I bring to the table.
All right, we'll hear from Zach Berman around 10 minutes past the hour.
That's what a fourth line winger says.
Right.
Pat has a concern about the quarterback. Really? Well, let him explain it for himself. A lot coming up. as we review the Eagles' 10th victory of the season. Yes. And by the way, a lot of you that when the over-under line opened up for the year on the Park Sportsbook app, it was 9.5. So a lot of you cashed last night on all the different apps of choice. So get after it. John Kincade Show, second half coming up next on 97.5 The Fanatic. World Soccer Match Madness. It's tomorrow afternoon. The U.S. versus Iran. We're going to pay those buggers back. Hey, it's going to be a great, great day. And don't forget, you got the Sixers at home tonight, 1-point underdogs versus the Atlanta Hawks. It's the Bet Park Sportsbook and Casino app, the official sportsbook of the diehard Philly sports fan. It's safe, it's secure, and it's easy to use. It's everything you could possibly want in a digital casino and sportsbook. You bet with me now, and you can get up to $750 in sportsbook bonus back if your first bet is not a winner. BetParks.com has all the terms and conditions that you need to know. Individual player performances, I told you in the pregame show yesterday, I bet the over a half touchdown on Miles Sanders, and then I bet the over 1.5 touchdowns. Look, you can get on individual player performances because point spreads I haven't been good at. I don't know about you, but you can cash in so many different ways. You got to be 21 and present in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
They put it on the air?
Of course they put it on the air. It was a big success.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
If you run a small business, you need the most from every investment. That's why Comcast Business gives you more. Like more innovation with our new gig speed Wi-Fi, plus unlimited data. More speed from the largest, fastest, reliable network for small businesses. And more savings, up to 60% a year with Comcast Business Mobile. All from the company that powers more businesses than any other provider. When you need more, you need Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with fast, reliable internet for only $49 a month for 12 months with no annual contract. Plus, take advantage of our special holiday offer by December 4th and ask how to get up to a $750 prepaid card with a qualifying bundle. Ends 1/1/2023. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 50 megabits per second internet customers only. EcoBill and autopay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. And subject to change.
Hey, it's Hunter from my friends at FC Kerbeck. My family's been buying trucks and SUVs from Kerbeck for longer than I can remember. As a matter of fact, I just got my new truck from Kerbeck a few months back. Why Kerbeck? Because they always have the best selection at the lowest price. Period. And FC Kerbeck now has another exclusive money-saving offer just for you. That's right, Kerbeck will now handle half of your sales tax. Yes, 50% off your sales tax handled by Kerbeck. That's half off. FC Kerbeck is overstocked with pre-owned Cadillacs, new and pre-owned Buicks and GMCs, as low as 3.99% APR financing for 72 months, or lease a brand new 2022 GMC Terrain from $199 per month. At the foot of the Tacony-Palmyra Bridge is where you'll find the best selection and the best price, and right now it's where you'll find half off sales tax. For more information, dial 1-800-KERBECK or click KerbeckCars.com.
Kick it up a notch with soccer and Bet Rivers Sportsbook app, featuring our new multi-game, same-game parlays. Combine the excitement of multiple same-game parlays in one bet for even bigger payouts. Bet match winners, total goals, player props, and more. Add our award-winning customer service, and it's a goal. Bet Rivers Sportsbook app and soccer. It's a whole new game.
Must be 21 plus. Available in Pennsylvania only. Void where prohibited. Terms and conditions apply. Presented by Rivers Casino Pittsburgh. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I'm not a fan of Mondays, but the Cyber Monday deals at Kohl's might change that. Not only did I earn major Kohl's cash, I also found amazing deals, like Ride-On Toys for 30% off, cookware sets for less than $80, and a Shark Hydro Vac for under $230. Plus, I saved 20% off and got $10 off every $50 I spent as a Kohl's Rewards member. So get to Kohl's now and thank me later. Select styles, 20% off, and Shark offer ends November 28th. Select offers on November 30th. Toys offer online only. Coupons do not apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Meet Joe A,
Hi.
Joe B,
hello,
and Joe C.
What's up?
3 everyday Joes perfecting their banking with Chase. Joe A's locking his lost debit card with the Chase mobile app. Joe B is cruising toward his new ride with AutoSave. And Joe C's Chase banker is helping him budget to go back to school. Tools that help protect, support for what's next. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Messaging and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
At EasyCater, food for work is our thing. Maybe that's why we get orders from 93% of Fortune 500 companies. So what's up with the other 7%?
Food is late again.
You should have ordered through EasyCater. Professionally delivered right on time.
EasyCater, huh? Have a pen?
No, I don't have a pen. Does anyone have a pen?
Nah, I'll remember.
Why don't all companies order through EasyCater? Who knows? Order 24/7 from over 95,000 restaurants on EasyCater.com. EasyCater, food for work. That's our thing.
Join Anthony Gargano for the 7th annual Feast of the Seven Fishes broadcast and luncheon presented by Baroni Fini Wine. Wednesday, December 7th at the Riverwinds Restaurant in West Deptford. Celebrate the holidays amongst friends. Enjoy a delicious 7-fish menu paired with a variety of Italian wine from Baroni Fini. Tickets are now just $64 per person. Space is limited, so call Riverwinds Restaurant to buy your ticket today. For details, visit our events page on 97.5thefanatic.com. It's the 7th annual Feast of the Seven Fishes, presented by Baroni Fini Wine.
So I switched to Boost Mobile and got this free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone.
Why do you think they call it the Galaxy?
Maybe because the Samsung Galaxy A23 has a huge screen, and galaxies are huge gravitationally bound systems of stars rotating around a supermassive black hole.
And the phone is free?
When you switch to Boost Mobile.
Cool. You lost me at gravitationally bound.
Switch to Boost and get a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone. Boost Mobile. Unleash your power. Limited time offer while supplies last. New customers only. Excludes tax. One device offer per line. Only available on certain networks. 5G not available everywhere. Additional restrictions apply. See your local Boost Mobile store for details.
Cleaning and repairing a building's wastewater pump system is a job, but someone has to do it, and in Philadelphia, that someone is Pumpman Philly. In fact, Pumpman Philly is #1 in everything related to your building's wastewater system, including #2s, troubleshooting, emergency repairs, maintenance, and system replacement. Trust Pumpman Philly to keep the go in your building's flow. 24/7, 365. Call 833-559-PUMP. That's 833-559-PUMP. PumpmanPhilly.com.
I love betting on the NFL, and I'm always finding new player or game props. And what's cool about FanDuel Sportsbook in partnership with Valley Forge is you can combine these props with other bets from the same game to secure an even bigger payout. There's things you can do tonight's game. You have Pittsburgh, Indianapolis. It doesn't sound all that exciting, but maybe you go over under rushing yards with a Jonathan Taylor. I need some touchdowns from him tonight. Or maybe Matt Ryan has a breakout game. Who knows? Doesn't seem all that exciting, but that means a lot of unders to me. FanDuel is so easy to use, and they always have awesome odds boosts and specials. And when you win, you get paid fast. And there's no feeling like nailing a same-game parlay on FanDuel. Are you new to FanDuel? Well, then get $150 in free bets, win or lose, with promo code BOB. That's promo code BOB. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NFL. 21 plus and present in Pennsylvania. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. The John Kincade Show.
Oh, I don't think I'm a lot dumber than you thought that I think that I thought I was once.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
The 8 a.m. hour of the John Kincade Show is brought to you by Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers. Visit paworkinjury.com to find them. Pat, you are more technically savvy than I am. Low power mode.
Yeah.
On an Apple device.
Do it all the time.
How much better? I
see a noticeable difference.
Coach, I had today, I forgot my charger for my iPad, left it hooked up on the island in the kitchen. So my computer was at 12%.
What an idiot.
Yes, total idiot. My computer was at 12%. It's only at 3%. This low power mode thing works. I've never used it before.
Anytime I get under 20%, it gives me the option I was low power it.
Why wouldn't you? What would be the thing that why wouldn't low power it all the time? If you were going out, if you're going out for the day,
I don't know what exactly it does. I don't see a discernible difference in terms of what I'm able to do on it, but it works its magic, man. I don't know.
Look at that. It's amazing. Thanks for the technical answer for
I mean, what a time to be alive.
It
right?
is. It's really nice.
I mean, I'm not a genius, John. That's the problem.
But I trust that
you go.
You see, I look at you as a genius.
You go to these Apple places. You got to sign up and talk to the genius.
They are, and by the way,
I'm not a genius.
The one over in Suburban Square, I highly recommend it to people.
Yeah, I went there.
They are not a sponsor, but I'll tell you that I have received nothing but great customer service every time I've been there.
I went there. I had an issue probably over the summer.
They took care of you?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, they were good.
Sound hesitant there.
Well, they fixed my phone.
There you go. You fixed the phone. Got it going on.
Yeah.
Zach Berman will join us from The Athletic in just a few moments. And gosh, as much as I want to know all about what happened in last night's game, I want to know about the injury situation. So I'll round back to Zach with that. Pat, you had a concern about the quarterback, though. Wait a minute.
What's your problem?
What could you have a concern about Jalen Hurts for? I bet you're trying to tease us. You're trying to tease us.
No, if you've listened to the show for a while, it's probably a here we go again. The guy who was out on Jalen Hurts has found a way to complain about Jalen Hurts through an MVP type season. No, it's not that at all. My concern about Jalen Hurts came around the third quarter, the fourth quarter, and you guys kind of hit on it. Are you getting concerned about the amount of design runs, knowing that the defense is looking to get him out of the game?
Yes.
I mean, they're not gingerly bringing him down. And there was one tackle that I thought, oh God, thank God his cleat didn't get caught up in the grass and it was late in the game. And he took off and it looked like it was a design run, and I got shades of T.O. like breaking his ankle. Now that was a horse collar, but the way that Jalen Hurts went down, thank God his ankle didn't get caught up, because he probably would have been out for a while. But he had so much success with it, and I'm not saying you don't continue to run the ball. Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But late in the game, as he was doing it, after taking the shot at the goal line like you talked about, I thought, all right, can we dial it back a little bit? Because one of you guys brought it up. If you lose Jalen Hurts, like Nick Foles isn't walking through that door.
It's done.
Gardner Minshew's a fine backup, and he can spell you for a couple games, but playoff time, I don't see Gardner Minshew going on a Nick Foles type run. So my only complaint, and it's a good thing, is he's been so effective in the run game that I kind of want him to dial it back, because I'm worried at this point that he's going to run so much, he's just going to end up getting injured, getting hit, getting caught, and he's just a guy that you can't afford to lose.
And there was a handful, maybe more, Pat. I totally agree with you, where he ran and it was kind of like an RPO where it was a fake handoff to Sanders and he took off instead, or whoever the back may have been. And the reason it concerned me was, okay, last night, Miles Sanders averaged 6.8 yards a carry. Gainwell, 4.9. Boston Scott, 8 yards a carry. It's not like anybody else besides Hurts wasn't running with success. Everybody else was. So at that point, when I'm up to 12 carries, I'm going to pick and choose my spots when I'm having my quarterback get hit, because my running backs are averaging 7 yards a carry as a whole.
Yeah.
Give them the ball.
Yeah.
Stay away from hits. I agree with you,
I love it, Pat.
He rushed 17 times. I would, if I had
Too much.
If I had to guess, and I had to go back and look, if I had to guess, he probably got out of bounds without getting hit 5 times. But still, so that means you're getting hit 12 times when I don't want my quarterback getting hit at all. And at least a few of them, like we just talked about, at least 3 of them were shots. Like, they were big hits. So he's been so effective at it that it's like you don't want to abandon it, but I also want them to be cautious about when they use it. And be smart. It's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation for the Eagles, and for a guy like me who's watching on the couch. But I want them to use it, but I want them to be smart with it.
I like it. And I think I think Nick Sirianni, he listens to the show.
But that's really my only complaint from
I think it is. It's good. And that's good, because that's a complaint everybody could potentially have. They don't want to see Jalen Hurts hurt, and you don't want to see Jalen Hurts end up like Lamar Jackson. Did you see Lamar Jackson yesterday, Bob? Because I know you've got family who are fans.
Yeah, I did not. I was texting with my sister last night. She said that she's very upset that they lost, but I didn't see anything.
After the game, so Outkick, one of their sites says it's Outkick 360. When someone is asking for over $250 million guaranteed, like Lamar Jackson, games like this should not come down to Justin Tucker. Let Lamar walk and spend that money on a well-rounded team.
How did he respond to that?
Boy, STFU. Pat, what is that? Shut the
front bleep up.
Yeah. Y'all be capping too much on this app, MF. Never smelt a football field. Never did but eat D.
You sounded like when Alex Trebek had to do the rap lyrics.
Yes, it's
Jeopardy.
very.
That's what you just sounded like reading that.
I mean, all I'm going to say is that Lamar Jackson should be severely disciplined by the NFL. This is bullcrap. You can't do this crap. You cannot be. There is nothing about that tweet that should have elicited that response.
No, there has to be some form of professionalism.
He's not getting anything from this.
I think he's
the
being
NFL
disciplined.
will not discipline him at all.
Can I bet you?
Let's
have
bet
a
personal account.
Let's bet a Coke. Let's bet a Coke. We'll bet a Coke on it.
Coke's about $1.35.
I don't drink
so
Cokes. That's all right. Yeah, they're going to discipline him. There's no way they can have a guy in the NFL, which is worried about gay rights, worried about everything that they do, cannot have one of their star players telling someone, all you do is eat D. Mm-hmm. Cannot. They cannot have that.
Yeah, it's the NFL though, and it's a league that they don't seem to get the severity of situations at times, and there's.
You think they're tone deaf to it?
A lot of times, yeah. A lot of with certain situations, like their suspensions at times make no sense.
No.
Where like a guy will beat on a woman and get like 4 games, and then somebody will smoke weed and get 5 years, and
they're cracking
thrown in jail. It's just they're weird. So maybe they will, but
I think they will.
I think the way you can get around this is, I was hacked.
No, well, they can't.
Now we all know it wasn't, but that's the go-to, right?
No,
it's like, my account was hacked.
And one thing I'll tell you is that
like when I said Travis Fulgham was going to get 1,000 yards, guess what? My microphone was hacked.
He's cracking under the pressure of. I'll show you. I'll play for the big contract this year. He's cracking under that pressure. That shows it yesterday.
Like it, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the NFL stance is here.
He's a hell of a talent. You cannot. Personal conduct cannot allow that to go on.
Yeah, I think that would fall under a personal conduct type thing. I don't know if the players' union has something.
Or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know if the players' union has something saying, "Look, it's a personal account.
Right.
You can't control that." But
any employer could fire you for that.
You would think something's going to happen. Yeah.
Hey, we're going to have Zach Berman joining us now coming up. Zach Berman's on the Comcast Business Hotline. Every day in business is a big day. Let Comcast Business keep you ready for what's next. And Zach is presented by Peruzzi Nissan, where their business is you. Peruzzi Nissan jumping in on Zach Berman's fine content every week with us here on the John Kincade Show. And Zach, it seems like week after week we're saying celebrate the win, be happy for the win. That one felt a little different because of the dominance of the offense. What was your general impressions on the effort?
The offensive line was outstanding. That's the first thing that jumped to mind. The term that Jordan Mailata used in the locker room was imposed our will. He said they imposed their will on the Packers. For them to be able to run as effectively as they did throughout the game, Jalen Hurts setting a career high, Miles Sanders setting a career high. Green Bay had no answers. I knew going into the game that the Eagles wanted to run, that they felt like they had the advantage on the line of scrimmage. But this was more rushing yards since the Truman administration, right? So you have to. It's been a long time, and I think that speaks to just how impressive the performance was.
Did this feel different to you than if I just took you to where they were 7-0? The Texans game, the struggles that went on there, the Commanders loss, the Colts game, tight win, comeback win. Did this game feel differently to you through your eyes as an impartial viewer of it?
It didn't necessarily feel different. It was a much better game from the offense. So that's what jumps out, number one. And then they did it against Aaron Rodgers, right? So that can't be discounted. And even though it's not the same Aaron Rodgers, you still know on any given Sunday, Aaron Rodgers can be the player who won the MVP the past 2 years. So I think the difference was the sustainability of it, the fact that the offense really didn't have any hiccups other than one drive in the first half, and then the threat of the opponent I view differently than, say, Houston or even Washington. And perhaps I shouldn't feel that way because Green Bay hasn't looked that way this season. But to do it on that stage against that quarterback in front of a national audience, that says something.
Zach, we know the injuries to the defense now with Jordan Davis and Avonte Maddox, of course, and then last night Gardner Johnson gets banged up a little bit. To the naked eye, we don't see it as well as you do, but how much are those injuries affecting this defense right now? And when they get back, which hopefully is soon, are we going to see changes in the defense?
So the Gardner Johnson injury, we'll see how long that is, but that's a notable one.
Is it ribs?
Yes, it was.
Because in the press box, in the press box, you were there. They announced ankle over the speaker in the press box, which I thought was a little strange.
It was a ribs injury, and if you had told me going into the year or asked me going into the year what positions can they least afford someone to be injured, I would have said safety and tight end. And now they're in a situation where it's safety and tight end. And so the question was specifically about the defense. I think that the Jordan Davis injury really affected them before they had Linval Joseph. Joseph has solved that part of it, and Davis will be back soon. The secondary didn't have their best game last night. If you want to talk about where the defense went wrong, the explosive plays, that's a stat that really matters to Jonathan Gannon because the defense is designed to limit explosive plays. Green Bay had 10 based on the Eagles' metrics. That's tied for the second most they've allowed this season. Otherwise, they forced 2 turnovers. They got Green Bay off the field on third down. They got to the quarterback, but the explosive plays, and in particular touchdowns on explosive plays, those are problematic, and those must be cleaned up. And I imagine just like the running game was after the Houston game and the Washington game, my guess is that's going to be the emphasis going in to Tennessee next weekend.
Zach, presented to us by Peruzzi Nissan, where their business is you. They'll take great care of you. You said soon. You'll probably get more updates on injuries today. We'll obviously hear more about Gardner Johnson's injury. What do you feel about are we talking soon being maybe we will see Maddox and maybe we could see a return coming up this weekend against the Titans? I could think they could use them badly.
Yeah, so I need to get more info on Avonte because that's one that has initially lingered. Jordan Davis, he's right within that threshold. I mean, I've seen him walking around. I've seen him running. So there's. I would say I'm not a doctor, but there could be some optimism there. With Avonte Maddox, I don't have enough information to give it to you one way or another. But that is something that they really need to shore up. Obviously, Josiah Scott and Reed Blankenship, 2 replacement players, both got interceptions last night, but they need that secondary as close to full strength as they can get it.
Zach, I'm not looking for one game specifically when I ask you this question compared to now, but kind of a time frame. When do you think the Eagles were playing their best football this year, and how far are they from that now?
I think the Minnesota game was their most complete game, right? So that was week 2. But the offense played better last night than it has at any point this year because they had answers for everything, right? And so much of it is opponent dependent. But when you look at what Minnesota has done this season, for the Eagles to have that dominant performance they had week 2, I would say that's their best game. I still think that they have another gear to get to. And a lot of it depends on what that team presents. But the best part about this Eagles team, in my opinion, is they can play different styles. That there's going to be weeks when A.J. Brown has 150 yards and 2 touchdowns, and there's going to be weeks when they rush for I don't know about 300 yards, but 200 plus, but like 200 plus yards on the ground.
Zach, what's the in your mind the idea of when you have a dominant offensive game like this, that you go into a game against the Titans, and the Titans seem a team that is a little offensively challenged. They seem a bit one-dimensional. It seems Stone Age, is how I described it earlier. Do you think we could see one of those sort of 3-hour games, 2.5-hour games on Sunday afternoon, where the Eagles just say, we're going to line it up and we're going to try to run it, and we're just going to try to stop the run?
Well, they're going to have to, right? I mean,
oh no, you got it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's when the Titans are on the schedule, there is no choice. You need to understand 3 hours later you're going to be hurting because they're going to play a physical style of football. I hate the cliche 24-hour rule because we talk about these games after 24 hours.
Yes.
But it does every week's a season in the NFL. So really when they get in there on Wednesday, they need to reset because it's a different style of fight when you play against the Titans. I just think being around A.J. Brown for the past few months, going up against his former team, I know he's going to downplay it, but if you look at A.J. Brown's career, when it's the biggest stage, right, he shows up. And I would bet on a big A.J. Brown performance against the Titans next week. So we talked about the running game on both sides. Whatever A.J. Brown's number is next week, I would take the over.
Zach, the special teams unit was to be nice suspect last night.
Yeah.
Do you see any changes coming with that? Obviously, you're looking at maybe a different return man. Maybe John brought this up earlier. Someone that can kick the ball consistently out of the end zone on kickoff returns. Do you see anything big going on there?
Good question, Bob, because I don't see anything big going on there. I don't know what you can do. The return game, you can see if there's an upgrade elsewhere. But I think the big problem for them is less the return game and more the kickoff coverage.
Yes.
And you're not going to replace 11 guys there, right? So part of it's resource allocation. They don't invest heavily on those special teams players by design. But it's December next week, right? They need those guys to play better than they've played. And I'm not going to say it's going to cost them in a playoff game, but just look at the team that was on the other side of the field last night. The Packers ran through the NFC last year. They get to the playoffs. Special teams was the problem during the season. Special teams was the problem in the playoffs. The Eagles need to prioritize cleaning that up because short fields, this defense, and they showed it to you last night, for the most part, when it's long fields, when teams have to go long drives on them, they're going to force a mistake. But when Green Bay had short fields on the Eagles, they made the Eagles pay for it. The Eagles can't afford that in the playoffs.
I got to tell you, Zach, a roster spot for a guy who could kick it out of the end zone 9 out of 10 times, and there are legs out there that, guys can do that, I would think would be extremely valuable. I've seen teams carry 2 kickers before. It seems to be such an Achilles heel that could be sort of easily corrected by just not allowing kickoff returns.
Yeah, it's a valid point. Jake Elliott has been fine in that area in the past. I also think teams are returning kicks against the Eagles that they're not returning against other teams. You saw the Packers take the ball out from the end zone last night.
5 and 6 yards deep.
Yeah, yes, exactly. And those are kicks that other teams are sitting on. But I think they can return it on the Eagles. Now, it's a different equation when the ball's kicked out of the end zone, but the Eagles need to shore up special teams more than anything else.
Zach, we're looking forward to hearing more about those injury news and situations, and everybody will follow your fine work in The Athletic to keep updated on it. So 10-1, your thought at 10-1. Do you feel as good about this team today as you did a month ago as we close?
I would say even better because Jalen Hurts keeps answering the bell, and it starts there. And then the offensive line and the defensive line, they can play with anybody. The thing that I'll say is that Dallas is really good, and that's going to be a tough test for them on Christmas Eve, and it'll be a tough test for them if they meet in January.
Great job, Zach. You made a lot of people more optimistic this morning. Great job. Thank you, buddy.
Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Talk to you
Zach.
guys next week. Thanks.
Zach Berman joined us on the Comcast Business Hotline. Every day in business is a big day. I want to remind you, too, that you can get Staples stores are the new world of possible. They've got innovative tools for small business and remote workers and learners. Explore more at your local Staples store or visit staplesconnect.com. When we return, I want to reflect on what Zach Berman just said. His answer to that question, do you feel better about the team today than you did a month ago? It was a defiant, absolute answer. Let's talk about that next. Plus, if you want to get in, 610-632-0975. How do you feel compared to a month ago about this Eagles team as they head into a critical stretch the month of December? John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic. You know what's coming up tomorrow. USA versus Iran. Good guys versus bad guys. And you can bet it all on the Bet Park Sportsbook and Casino app, the official sportsbook of the diehard Philly sports fan. Look, you got a hoops game tonight where your 76ers are 1-point underdogs. You might want to get in on that. You can bet on Flyers hockey if you want. It's been a little bit of a rough stretch. Download the Bet Parks app right now, and new users can get up to $750 in sportsbook bonus back if your first bet is not a winner. Go to betparks.com. They've got all the terms and conditions for you. Eagles open up just under a touchdown favorite again next week against the Titans. If you think that line's going to move negatively in your favor, get on it now. Individual player performances, that's where you really cash in. You got to be 21 and present in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
You can't just tag no offense on the end of something horribly offensive and act like it's okay.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Football Monday on The Fanatic is presented by Pierce Phelps. Whatever it takes, go to nopaybryant.com.
Hey, it's Hunter from my friends at FC Kerbeck. My family's been buying trucks and SUVs from Kerbeck for longer than I can remember. As a matter of fact, I just got my new truck from Kerbeck a few months back. Why Kerbeck? Because they always have the best selection at the lowest price. Period. And FC Kerbeck now has another exclusive money-saving offer just for you. That's right, Kerbeck will now handle half of your sales tax. Yes, 50% off your sales tax handled by Kerbeck. That's half off. FC Kerbeck is overstocked with pre-owned Cadillacs, new and pre-owned Buicks and GMCs, as low as 3.99% APR financing for 72 months, or lease a brand new 2022 GMC Terrain from $199 per month. At the foot of the Tacony-Palmyra Bridge is where you'll find the best selection and the best price, and right now it's where you'll find half off sales tax. For more information, dial 1-800-KERBECK or click KerbeckCars.com.
Every drive starts somewhere. For First Trust Bank, our drive started in Philadelphia and continues to this day. As Philly's hometown bank for more than 85 years, we know this city's people. We understand their passions, and we work our tails off to help them reach their goals every day. Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank. First Trust Bank, the official bank of the Philadelphia Eagles. Member FDIC.
Black Friday? Dell's Cyber Monday event starts now with deals on powerful business tech. The savings start now with up to 50% off on select business PCs powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Don't forget special pricing on the latest monitors, docks, and accessories, plus free shipping on everything and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL for Cyber Monday deals. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Dancing crew, trip for two, nailed the final interview. Game with Doug, brand new mug. Come here, kid, give me a hug. The more you want to do, the more we want to do. New COVID-19 boosters designed for recent Omicron variants are now available. Learn about eligibility and schedule a free updated booster today at vaccines.gov. Sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech.
Could you please pass the potatoes?
Uncle Bob, why are you singing?
With all the rewards we are getting, with the Navy Federal Credit Union's cash rewards card, I hired a singing coach for caroling.
But it's summer.
Since we get up to 1.75% cash back on all our holiday purchases, there is cheer to last all year.
Please stop.
These potatoes are delicious, by the way.
Get cheer to last all year with Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hi, my name is Jackie, and a little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A peppermint chip milkshake is the whipped cream and the cherry on top. It's like a little bow on top of this great present of peppermint chip goodness. It tastes like the holidays.
Hey, my name is Chandler, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A peppermint chip milkshake is the little pieces of the peppermint that you get. For me, no milkshake is topping the peppermint chip milkshake.
Order a Chick-fil-A peppermint chip milkshake on the Chick-fil-A app today. Available for a limited time. Real customers paid for their testimonials.
Since the dawn of time, men and women have fought over one thing: the temperature. It's too hot. It's too cold. I'm sweating. I'm freezing. It's time to end the thermostat wars with special financing offers on a high-efficiency heating and cooling system, including Trane's whole house air filtration system. You'll get even, consistent heat and breathe cleaner, healthier air. Visit Trane.com to find an independent Delaware Valley Trane comfort specialist near you. It's hard to stop a Trane. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for details.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. Divorce can be complicated, especially if children are involved. If you're a father and want to protect your role in your children's lives, remember Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men with matters like these for 30 years.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Philadelphia area attorneys. Offices in Philadelphia, Radnor, and Allentown, Pennsylvania, and Mount Laurel, New Jersey. Michelle Ferreri, licensed in New Jersey and Pennsylvania. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. Online at CordellCordell.com.
The Hess truck's back and it's better than ever. Racing hot rods this year. The Hess truck's here.
A flatbed truck with lights, sounds, and 2 racing hot rods. Get it now at HessToyTruck.com with free shipping and batteries.
Win a pair of tickets to Anthony Gargano's Feast of the Seven Fishes presented by Baroni Fini Wine. Join the Fanatic crew at Cheers Wine and Spirits in Voorhees, Friday, December 2nd from 3 to 4 p.m. For details, visit the events page on 97.5thefanatic.com.
Hey, it's Coach. Let me ask you a question. If you could sign on to a sportsbook app and make a first bet on a game that you really felt good about and know that if it didn't win, you'd get your money back as a free bet, would you do it? Well, you can, and you can do that by using the Caesars Sportsbook app. And your first bet with Caesars is on Caesars up to $1,250. Just get your phone out, download the Caesars Sportsbook app, and use the promo code RadioFull. Then all you have to do is place that first bet. Here's the thing. If you don't win on that first bet, you're going to get your money back as a free bet up to $1,250. When you bet with Caesars, you're going to earn towards stays at some of the iconic locations, as well as tickets, free dining, experiences, and a whole lot more. Remember to use that promo code RadioFull. Caesars Sportsbook open to new users in New Jersey who are 21 and over. If qualifying bet loses, bet amount returned as a credit. Must use within 14 days. See Caesars.com/promo for full terms. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
There is nothing bougie about this show. Look, I'm the only guy in here from Delco.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Smooth. John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic. Pets Plus Natural has 6 area locations. There's a Pets Plus Natural near you. With a dog or a cat looking for a forever home, adopt instead. Visit PetsPlusNatural.com. A lot of people looking to add a pet to the family this holiday season. Pets Plus Natural does a great job. They'll have that pet all the veterinarian care, well-fed, and get some great gifts for your dog or cat, too. Check out Pets Plus Natural. All right, Pat. I don't know who I need to take this up with. I wrote a piece for the website where I literally said I'm not worried about the Eagles. And I go to my Twitter feed and it says, our own John Kincaid's worried about the Eagles.
Yeah.
Are you?
Okay. So that would be me.
Okay. I'm not worried about the Eagles. That's what the piece that I...
Give me a second. I can't see anything without my glasses. but they're broke.
I'm glad what are you doing with no
Somebody
glasses
asked
on?
today what happened to Pat's
Yeah, Pat,
glasses.
tell the glasses
I've
story.
been having to wear contacts because my glasses are broke.
And you don't like contacts?
I don't like them. I can wear. I usually only wear them for hockey. I wear them for a couple hours, take them out. They bother me.
Do they aggravate? Like they are?
It just yeah. They
on
they
a scale
aggravate
of
me.
a scale of me aggravating you or your contacts aggravating you.
Oh God, you.
Okay, good. It's,
No,
I'm
and
just
a
trying to
prime-
get
prime
I'm trying to get a perspective.
Prime example is situations like this.
No,
So,
because I'm going to get Kincaid's all worried about the Eagles.
I got my contacts in my pocket, but right now I'm just dealing with broken glasses.
There you go.
Anyway, so the title of this piece, Eagles fans, paint me officially concerned.
Yes. But then in the piece, I actually say, I don't call it worry. Worry's the next level. Concern is you see valid reasons that the team has to be better.
Okay.
And that, you shouldn't be worried, but you should be concerned about these things unless they fix them.
What is your name?
John.
John what?
John Kincade.
Just want to clarify your name's not Merriam-Webster. So it says concerned, synonym, worried. That's the first thing. That's the first synonym, worried. So I didn't create your title. You created it. So you can't blame me, the tweeter.
Then you put
who's
concerned.
looking at concerned.
There you go.
No, but I worried, concerned. It's the same damn thing, man. You're terrified.
It is not. No, I'm not terrified.
Zach Berman's not terrified. You're terrified.
Zach Berman said something totally different.
We found you when we came in this morning. Correct me if I'm wrong. Crying in the corner, fetal position, style about the defense,
crying
and special teams. Yes or no?
Crying. I don't know. A fetal position may be a slight exaggeration. I'm not sure. What did Zach Berman say, though, when approached with the same question? Do you feel as good about this team today as you did a month ago as we close?
I would say even better because Jalen Hurts keeps answering the bell, and it starts there. And then the offensive line and the defensive line, they can play with anybody. The thing that I'll say is that Dallas is really good, and that's going to be a tough test for them on Christmas Eve, and it'll be a tough test for them if they meet in January.
He didn't hesitate at all.
No.
He didn't take Zach is very thoughtful in his responses. He fired that response off. So he feels better after watching the last month, which I find fascinating because I can't grasp it. I cannot grasp where somebody would feel better about the team based on the last month. I definitely don't feel like it's, oh, wow, season's over. This sucks. But I do think there's a level of, wow, I feel there's vulnerabilities that I didn't think were there when they were 7-0 going into the Houston game.
But there were vulnerabilities there after 8-0. There was. But we masked them. Why? Because it's the outlook of a season. You start a season saying, I don't know what this team's going to be. Hopefully they're going to be a playoff again. They win their first game 38-35, and you say, oh, man, they gave up. They scored like crazy. Great. They give up 35 points, and you're like, whatever. And then they go on a run, and it's 8-0 before you know it. And all the little things that we pick out now because it's after a loss 2 weeks ago were there, but we didn't see them because all our eyes were set on was 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, 5-0, 6-0, 7-0. Oh, my God, look at this team running away with it. So I think a loss, you brought it up earlier, John, I thought greatly. A loss I don't think kicks a team in the ass to say, I think it changes the way we view games, though.
It certainly does. Your column pointed that out. But, I mean, hearing Zach's answer, Pat, that shocked me, that answer.
Yeah, it did too. It surprised me a lot because of what you said. He's a very thoughtful guy when he comes up with an answer, and he didn't hesitate.
No, he fired that one off.
The lack of hesitation was like, oh, okay. And if Zach, who is around the team every day, thinks
a finger on the pulse of them, too.
Yeah, he's not. Zach Berman's not like a
hot take.
No,
beat
not
reporter?
no. And he's definitely not in the Eagles' pockets.
No, absolutely
It's
not.
not a situation if he's a mouthpiece, and if he has the faith in that, then I guess I do too, right? Like that's the way I'm looking at it.
It makes me question everything that I've seen, or how I
not what you've seen,
or how I value it or overvalue it.
I would lean more towards that way. I don't think you should question what you've seen. We've all seen it. I think Zach has the solution in his right hand more than we do. The solution being, yeah, the defense looked bad last night, but they're also missing A, B, C, and D.
Right.
The offense, they can win by throwing the football. They can win by running the football. And the offensive line is absolutely dominant. Oh, yeah. And they're also missing one of the best tight ends in football. I think Zach's putting it all together as, man, this team is showing their completeness when they're incomplete.
And the one thing that puts it into perspective is he talks about Dallas. Dallas, I still believe that the game at Christmas will be a game that the Eagles could lose, and it will have no bearing on them still being in complete control to take care of the NFC East. But if Dallas was to make the postseason, top wild card team, most likely they would be rolling into Philadelphia as your first playoff matchup.
Mm-hmm.
That's the last team I want to see. That's the last team I want to see in January.
Well,
now.
Yeah.
It's the last team I want to see. There's nobody else. I don't think anybody else is going to get them for the top wild card. It would have to be the Giants or the Commanders. I don't see it. I don't see the Giants or the Commanders getting ahead of the Cowboys. So the Cowboys would be sitting there at 5. And what you would be hoping for is that the Giants or the Commanders could pull an upset and that they would roll in for that first playoff game. If not, it's a Cowboys. It's a third matchup with the Cowboys.
Don't stop it. I'm telling you right now, knock it off. Like, stop. He's looking ahead. He's already got the Cowboys coming in here for the first playoff game, Pat.
Well, if you're the number one seed, that's what's going to happen.
Let's live in the now.
That's what's going to happen.
There it is. You're going to miss all this fun, John. Stay here.
I'm going to experience all of that fun, but it's a collision course, and you better be ready for it.
Ready for what?
What do you mean?
Come get it.
Come get it?
Yeah.
Playoffs?
What the hell are we scared
They don't want none of this.
It's not about being scared.
Tell them, Pat.
Pat,
Bring it.
We all said last week who's the most dangerous team to the Eagles.
Anyone can get it. Anyone. They want it, they can get it. Let's go.
Okay, now the talking points are now changing. We said it last week that the Cowboys are the most dangerous team.
You forced me to pick a team.
And they are. They're the most dangerous team.
And they are. They're the most dangerous.
They're the least favorite team I want to see come in here in January.
Anyone can get it.
They could. Anyone can. The most dangerous team, I'd rather have them.
Lions don't concern themselves with sheep. They just don't. And just because there's a badass looking sheep out there, and somehow, he's beefed up a little bit.
All right.
And he's got some fangs.
He's still just a sheep.
He's still a sheep.
Wait a minute. Sheep don't have fangs.
I'm trying to make the sheep
on a roll. Okay, you're on a roll.
And it's Dallas, so it's intimidating. It's an intimidating beefy
sheep. It's an intimidating sheep.
It's a bad sheep.
There you go. Hey, let's check out what our jurors had to say. The personal injury law firm of Flager and Associates. They care, they prepare, and they win. Visit FlagerLaw.com. Other than goat sound effects or sheep that are menacing with fangs. Here's Pat.
That's a good visual. Here's our buddy D-Lo.
Yo, what's up, boys? Dante from the Northeast here. Yeah,
Never mind.
It was a great game overall offensively. Huge shout out to that offensive line, man. You don't get 363 rushing yards by accident. That just doesn't happen. Shout out to them boys up front, man. It's a lot of beef going on up there. And Jonathan Gannon just showed me why I don't like him. I don't like that man at all.
Hey, Velma. How bad are the glasses?
Not great.
Dante and
It's not great. I can't see anything.
This is really. Can't see a thing.
This board.
Coach, he can't see a thing.
The board, everything. I can't see anything. I'm blind.
So I'm sitting here laughing at Pat. I feel kind of bad for him.
I'm laughing too.
But I mean, we have the machine that plays the audio over there called the Vox Pro. His eyes are probably an inch away from the machine.
Oh my gosh!
I walked out of the studio last break and I heard him screaming at somebody about the YouTube. So I'm like, oh man, he's screaming at Chevy, and he is. He's going. And Mike, you got to do this. But he's staring right at Connor.
Oh, he was. He didn't
that's how
realize
bad his eyesight
and
is.
honestly, that was an embarrassment on my part. Okay, honest mistake, but we move on.
We do. We move on.
And we move on to Karen B, I hope.
Jinkies.
Hi, you're Karen B checking in.
Nailed it.
That was a shootout, and we came out on top. Congrats to Kelsey on 170 consecutive games. Both the O-line and Kelsey had quite a night. It allowed Hurts to just set a franchise record for the most rushing yards by a quarterback, and Sanders had a career-high rushing yards. B still needs to tackle better and stop giving up such large chunks of plays and yardage. Go Birds, 10-1.
Gotta love that. There's some positivity. Look at that. Really fun.
That was. I don't know if I enjoy watching a dominant football game be a running game more than I did last night.
I love that's my kind of game.
Just knowing they couldn't stop it.
It was everything. Yeah, it was power. It was finesse. It was moves. It was domination by the offensive line. It was fun. That was really cool.
All right, what do we got last?
All right, finally we'll go to Noah.
Hey guys, it's Noah. It was great to see the Eagles look like themselves again tonight. This game did not seem as close as the final score. 363 rushing yards, a new franchise record by Jalen with 157 on the ground. The O-line was completely dominant. Jalen was special. There's always going to be things that we can nitpick. Tonight, it was the special teams, and I didn't love that the defense gave up 33 points. But all in all, I liked what I saw. Go Birds.
All right. That's good. I mean, it seemed very positive responses.
Yeah.
Our jury's very measured, though. And there are a lot of commonalities. I've typing in now the common words. I always like to look at the common words that were used. By the way, concern 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things is dominance. The most shared word.
Mm-hmm.
Dominance.
That's what you'd have to label it as, right?
It was
The running
unbelievable.
game?
That was... The physicality of it was fantastic.
It was
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Pat.
It was a good feeling when they got, let's say 4th and 1, 4th and 2, 4th and 3. It was a good feeling just saying, yeah, just go for it. They can't stop it. And amazingly, look, the Packers, to their credit, stopped it amazingly. Third and 1, and then 4th and inches. But other than that, it was like, yeah, that's a fluke. They can't stop it. And that was a really good feeling, knowing. Yeah, you can go for it, and I have the utmost confidence you'll be able to convert.
Yeah, there was a play last night where Hurts got sacked. And I don't know if you remember the play. It was just he just got grabbed by the ankle, and then,
Was that
he
the
stood
bad
up
one?
straight.
The bad sack?
Yeah, it wasn't
right in the
great.
center of the field?
Yes.
That was terrible.
But,
that was a terrible
but
sack.
But the funny thing was...
The first thing he did bad.
Yeah, and the guy that sacked him was the guy that Landon Dickerson was blocking. But if you watch the replay of it, Landon Dickerson, although the guy did beat him, was standing there looking downfield. He thought he already got rid of the ball.
Okay.
And it's not, I guess you tell offensive linemen never give up on a block, but it seemed as though he thought the ball was out of his hands, and that's the reason this guy got by him. It was a flaw mentally more than physically to me, which, not that you can live with a mental breakdown, but it was something like, he didn't get beat there. He just kind of gave up on a play that he thought was already done.
Hey, in Cooney's Corner, Bob wants to know how impressed you are, and more importantly, about what?
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
So they've won 10 of 11. And, we've guarded on, let's not be pessimistic here. It is 10 of 11. What's been most impressive to you about that? About going 10 and 11 so far? Maybe it's a player. I was kind of looking of a more overall thing, but whatever you want to say. What has been most impressive about winning 10 of 11?
The versatility and the balance of the offense, but I really wanted to say Jalen Hurts. But I mean the versatility of the fact that you've got Miles Sanders with 900 yards. You've got A.J. Brown with 860 yards. You've got Devontae Smith up over 600 yards. The balance of it is just a beautiful thing to me.
It's funny, and that's exactly what my answer is. My answer is not knowing what's going to be the best that day. And I brought this up
much like
because,
us on the show.
Yeah. Well, Jamie brought it up yesterday when you asked the question, who do you think is going to shine today? And Jamie said, well, I'm going to go to the best player. I'm going to go to A.J. Brown. My response was, I'm going to go to the best player too, but I think it's Jalen Hurts. And the fact that we're saying who is the best player, not arguing about it, but you can have different feelings of that, I think is what's really good about this team and what's going to make them hard to stop come playoff time. We can look at all the little nicks and knacks, and the defensive line has to get better at putting pressure on without schemes, and the run defense getting gashed and better tackling, all of those things. But, God, if you're looking at this Eagles team, and, Pat, I don't know where you stand on it, what you think has been the best thing or most impressive thing about this team winning 10 of 11 games. But go ahead.
Most impressive thing would probably, it's got to be Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
It has to be. He's an MVP candidate, and it's a guy that I had thrown the flag on, and
you look dumb with that. But I mean, you've fallen on that sword.
Yeah, but what football take haven't I looked dumb with? It's just added to the list. But it's a football take that I looked in like an idiot with, and I'm thrilled about it because the guy has taken the next step, and we talked about it on the pregame show last year. I felt like when he ran the football last year, I felt like it was more of a I'm taking off and running with it at the first sign of danger. I don't get that impression this season. Now, a lot of the runs last night were designed runs, but they couldn't stop it. So I'm not complaining about it because, I would do the same thing. Keep hammering the football, right? But it's got to be Jalen Hurts because I just did not expect even close to this jump.
How many times this year have we said after a game, boy, it looked like Jalen had happy feet in the pocket? The Detroit game, there were a few times we thought he ran too fast.
Yeah.
And we talked about it. Other than that, never.
No.
We never talk about that anymore.
And think about how many times in 11 games you can't say, all right, we'll take one away because it was a loss. In 10 wins, how many times have we said different people were the best player that day?
Oh, it's all the time.
Right? Now, an A.J. Brown can be the best player that day, but somebody's throwing him the ball, so it always goes back to Jalen Hurts. Understand that. But there have been different times in these 11 wins that the best player, and I'm just talking offensively, could have been Jalen Hurts, could have been Miles Sanders, could have been A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, and that's not going outside of the box, let alone defensively. Sometimes it's been somebody else. Or, if you want to really look at it, it could have been an offensive lineman that was your best player that day. Yeah, I would have no problem last night saying Jalen Hurts was the best player. Sure. But if you look at, after somebody looks at film and says, no way, Jason Kelce was the best player on the field, I probably wouldn't have a problem with that either. I think that versatility, especially offensively, is something that is going to be so hard to stop come playoff time.
Well, I'm hoping.
What do you do?
No, I mean, what do you do?
What do you do?
You can't sell out to stop the run against the Eagles. There's too many weapons. If Dallas Goedert's back.
Yeah.
You cannot sell out to stop the run on this team.
No.
If you load up the box, they will burn you, and they could burn you. If you put A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith one-on-one, and then you try loading up the box, you're going to get your backside beaten.
Let alone Dallas Goedert, let alone Quez Watkins.
Oh, my God. By the way, Quez.
Yeah. And
Quez Watkins has taken a step in the past month.
Yeah.
He's been one of the most positive things.
And the way that, I brought up his name a lot today, I don't know why, but I thought Collinsworth described that play perfectly. And he said, what you're doing with Quez Watkins is you're telling him to get to the pylon. And I'm going to throw the ball at the pylon. And however you get there or whatever the circumstances are, if you beat your guy deep, know that you're going to catch the ball at the pylon. If you have to come back shoulder catch, know the ball is going to be at the pylon. And Hurts made a great throw, and Watkins made the great play that he had to come back and get it. We can't forget about him or Zach Pascal.
No.
Those guys are also pretty good receivers. So this offense, I'm trying to look at it.
Pascal's been a little bit anonymous.
Yeah,
Late.
but I think if you have to call on him, he would be there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like his bread and butter is the blocking on screen passes and in the run game.
He's been a nice addition, though. Nice addition. And when they have asked him to catch a ball, he's caught a ball pretty reliably.
Yeah, he looks like a pro receiver to me.
All right, I got good news for you.
Is it breaking or just
no,
good?
It's not. Well, it's not breaking.
No.
Okay.
But our man Jim Frisk checks in.
Hey, what do you say, Jimmy?
Hello, Jim.
Opening day in Broomall. Today, my hometown of Broomall, Pennsylvania, finally gets a PJ Wellahad.
Oh, sweet.
PJ's in Lawrence Park. PJ's new Lawrence Park location, located in the zip code 19008, in the old Litz building, the old Best Buy. You can go see it. It's a great setup. It's going to be beautiful. Congratulations to the team at PJ's on the grand opening of the Broomall Lawrence Park location. Just think of it. Lawrence Park, quick for Springfield people. quick for Havertown people, quick for Broomall people. You will have a great time at PJ's today.
We should go there sometime.
Great, we absolutely should. How about we go December 15th for a happy hour? December 15th, we'll have a show happy hour there to celebrate the newest location in Lawrence Park. See what I say? Because that's sort of like the landmark.
I'm in.
There you go. Lawrence Park, we'll do that. Congratulations. Pat, that's actually perfect for you. You ever have stadium games?
No.
None? Ever?
No, I used to live right across the street from it, too. And I would drive 45 minutes.
And you have to drive 45 minutes to another rink.
Well, you got to go, when you're my level, you have to go with what team will have you.
Well, you obviously are a big contributor.
You don't just walk into a rink and go, hey, by the way, I'm here. Talent arrived, gentlemen.
Hey, N'Kobe Dean's going to arrive tomorrow with us. N'Kobe Dean will be with us for our Giving Tuesday live broadcast benefiting the American Association for Cancer Research. If you want to be a part of it, you can still get in late. Go to 97.5thefanatic.com. It's a $50 donation. You get breakfast from Pagano's Market, live viewing of the show. You'll see N'Kobe Dean with us and other special guests. You get a $25 gift card to Rally House just for being there, and a great gift from Steven Singer Jewelers, plus chances to win Sixers and Flyers tickets. So go to 97.5thefanatic.com, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. Do we have to, kind of dress up tomorrow, Pat, for this? I'm not going to ask John because, John dresses a little bit better than the two of us. But
I might wear jeans.
Jeans?
I might.
Like Jordache jeans?
Ooh la
designer?
la Sassoon.
Junko jeans.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow morning for that. Please get in on there. We are going to look ahead, whether Bob wants to or not, at December and what is in the way of the Eagles and a very Merry Christmas. John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. Did you know that rural counties in the United States have a lower incidence of cancer, but their death rates are much higher? Or black men are 90% more likely to die from prostate cancer compared to white men? Or that Hispanic patients have more than double the mortality rate of liver cancer compared to white patients? Look, the American Association for Cancer Research wants you to know these numbers. And as a two-time cancer survivor, I certainly embrace the latest treatments and amazing doctors that helped me be cancer-free now for over 24 years. Unfortunately, though, not everybody has the same access to great care that I did. And that's why the American Association for Cancer Research works tirelessly every day to find solutions to the major problems that cancer is causing. The AACR, the official charity of our show, right now they need your help to continuing life-saving research. Tomorrow is Giving Tuesday, and we want you to know you can donate now and we'll triple your gift. So go to 97.5thefanatic.com/AACR and help us defeat cancer. We'll see you tomorrow for our Giving Tuesday broadcast. That's 97.5thefanatic.com/AACR.
The John Kincade Show.
I am so excited I can't stand it.
On 97.5 The Fanatic.
Philadelphia. Attention passengers, this is your pilot speaking. Looks like we're going to have to land immediately. And hurry to the Xfinity Black Friday sale. New Xfinity customers can get the ultimate streamer setup with fast, reliable internet and unlimited data included. Plus, now through December 5th, get HBO Max included for 1 year. And when you add Xfinity Mobile, you'll get the fastest mobile service with 5G and millions of Wi-Fi hotspots. You'll save hundreds with the best price for 2 lines of unlimited. And for a limited time, learn how you can get $500 off an eligible 5G phone. Flight attendants, prepare for big savings.
Drop everything and get to the Xfinity Black Friday sale. To learn more, visit Xfinity.com or come see how our Switch Squad can help you switch and save at your nearest Xfinity store today. Restrictions apply. Ad-supported plan of HBO Max. Phone promo ends 12/6/22. Xfinity Internet required. Compares 5G pricing plans of top 3 carriers. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes of usage. Data thresholds may vary.
It's time for tip-off with basketball in the BetRivers Sportsbook app. Bet same-game parlays where you can combine different bets from the same game for even bigger payouts and more action on the hardwood. Bets like live player props, spreads, totals, and more. Add our award-winning customer service, and it's nothing but net. BetRivers Sportsbook app and basketball. It's a whole new game.
Must be 21 plus. Available in Pennsylvania only. Void where prohibited. Terms and conditions apply. Presented by Rivers Casino Pittsburgh. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Every driver needs a car, and this is the month to get yours. Gateway Kia connects you with the hottest new Kia models. The best selection, all ready for immediate delivery. Gateway Kia has new Kia Souls below MSRP. Or choose a Telluride, Sorento, or Forte. And find the best price on a huge selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. At Gateway Kia in Warrington, Quakertown, or online at shopgatewaykia.com. Hope to see you at Gateway Kia.
Since the dawn of time, men and women have fought over one thing: the temperature. It's too hot. It's too cold. I'm sweating. I'm freezing. It's time to end the thermostat wars with special financing offers on a high-efficiency heating and cooling system, including Trane's whole house air filtration system. You'll get even, consistent heat and breathe cleaner, healthier air. Visit Trane.com to find an independent Delaware Valley Trane comfort specialist near you. It's hard to stop a Trane. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for details.
At EasyCater, food for work is our thing. Maybe that's why we get orders from 93% of Fortune 500 companies. So what's up with the other 7%?
Well, food is late again.
You should have ordered through EasyCater. Professionally delivered right on time.
EasyCater, huh? Have a pen?
No, I don't have a pen. Does anyone have a pen?
Nah, I'll remember.
Why don't all companies order through EasyCater? Who knows? Order 24/7 from over 95,000 restaurants on EasyCater.com. EasyCater, food for work. That's our thing.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Starting trouble. No one likes that. We'll get you set up for some stronger starts. You might just need a fresh charge, and we'll take care of that free of charge. But if it is time for a new battery, we've got replacement batteries that'll fit your needs, starting at just $69.99. You can learn more about our battery selection at AutoZone.com. That's what makes us America's #1 battery destination.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Claim based on data from the NPD Group 2021.
Could you please pass the potatoes?
Uncle Bob, why are you singing?
With all the rewards we are getting, with the Navy Federal Credit Union's cash rewards card, I hired a singing coach for caroling.
But it's summer.
Since we get up to 1.75% cash back on all our holiday purchases, there is cheer to last all year.
Please stop.
These potatoes are delicious, by the way.
Get cheer to last all year with Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
Helzberg Diamonds presents The Guy Who Was the MVP. Craig was proposing to his girlfriend and needed the perfect ring, so he asked her friends for some advice.
Get yourself to Helzberg.
Yep, Craig went to Helzberg Diamonds. He learned that Helzberg's been in business for over 100 years. That means quality. And with their price match guarantee, he'd get a great deal and find the perfect ring.
Wow, it's perfect. Oh, yeah.
MVP, most valuable proposer. Be like Craig. Find the ring of her dreams at a Helzberg Diamonds near you or at Helzberg.com.
Hey, it's Cuz. I hate to say it, but winter's coming. So don't worry. Do what I did and be prepared with an Aaron's, the king of snow. Every Aaron's two-stage snow throw is handcrafted in the USA with powerful engines that won't bog down in any condition. I love my Aaron's snow thrower, especially when I need it most to get me cleared out and on the road fast. Aaron's builds the toughest machines for the worst conditions with a model to fit every need. Throw back when old man winter dishes out with an Aaron's, the king of snow. Visit your local independent Aaron's dealer today.
Win a pair of tickets to Anthony Gargano's Feast of the Seven Fishes, presented by Baroni Fini Wine. Join the Fanatic crew at Super Buy Right in West Deptford, New Jersey, Thursday, December 1st from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. For details, visit the events page on 97.5thefanatic.com.
FanDuel Casino is giving you a free chance to spin and win today and every day. Introducing FanDuel Casino Reward Machine, a free-to-play game giving you a shot to win up to $2,000 in casino bonus every day. It brings you all the excitement of playing FanDuel Casino games for free. Every day at 6 p.m., you get 3 chances to spin the Reward Machine reels. There are 3 ways to win. 1, match any 3 symbols for an instant win. 2, collect symbols each day for a chance to win weekly prizes. Or 3, win up to $2,000 if you collect 3 trophies. So what are you waiting for? Download the FanDuel Casino app by going to FanDuel.com/Bob and start playing Reward Machine today. That's FanDuel.com/Bob. No purchase necessary, 21 plus and present in Pennsylvania. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable casino-only site credit that expires 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/casino. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit FanDuel.com/RG.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
This crew always says thanks for listening, and we actually mean it. The John Kincade Show continues here on 97.5 The Fanatic and streaming on the 97.5 The Fanatic app.
97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
This is the John Kincade Show here at 97.5 The Fanatic. Either John's waddling back from somewhere or he's out playing hacky sack. We're just not sure. That Pat told me to say that. I don't know. What did you mean by that, Pat? When you said John's waddling
What the hell
back?
are you talking
Well,
about?
we figured that you might be in the bathroom taking care of some stuff. And
I was, and then I was.
Maybe there wasn't any paper, and you had to make the penguin waddle.
Spare a square?
Yeah, you had to waddle.
I had to
pull a happy
That's
feet.
just a complete guess on our part.
I was checking out our speaking with our fine director of sales, Jamie Frankel.
Well, tell Jamie we have a show to do.
Who was hoping that everybody wasn't sick around this place. Let's hopefully everybody is healthy and not sick. I guess there's a lot of
I'm sick of you guys.
A lot of people sick.
Yeah, my buddy's daughter was in the hospital for a day this weekend. She had COVID on top of the flu.
Oh, jeez.
Coach was down badly, and he spent
Coach
some
still
time.
sounds like a 90-year-old woman.
Yeah, and he still looks like one.
Jeez,
I just
rough.
Yeah, hopefully everybody
sound
stays
rough.
healthy out there. And
It's bad. The voice coach sucks when the voice goes. That's a trouble.
My COVID was really, really bad. This is the first time I had it last week, and I don't have anything to compare it to, but it was bad. It was the worst sickness I've ever had in my life. It was bad.
When it first hit, it was February 4th, 2020. So before it was even supposedly even on American soil.
It's a good date.
Well, that was 2
February
years
4th.
after. Yeah, 2 years after the Super Bowl.
As soon as I hear that date, what do I think of?
Well, it wasn't good when I ended up in Northside Hospital. That Christina was like, okay, your fever is 104. And they worry about that with cancer patients a lot. If you get the high fever, she's like, okay, this isn't right. But the doctor said to me, has he traveled overseas? He couldn't have COVID. Has he traveled overseas? So they literally sent me home.
Christina said no, but he's been licking doorknobs.
No, but he just got back from Las Vegas where it was Chinese New Year. And that might have been a theory, but the doctor didn't get it. So 9 o'clock hour is brought to you by the Bagster. It's a dumpster in a bag. Get yours today at Home Depot and Lowe's. And for details, go to Bagster.com. Bob, you hate to do it, but we're doing it. You got to look ahead. You used to say Brett Brown did, 8 game stretches? He looked at
10 game stretches, but there was 3 parts of the season that he divided up. Yeah,
3 different parts of the year. I know Mike Keenan used to break the season down into 8 game stretches. He loved the 8 games, break it down, small chunks of it to be able to look at. What you're looking at now for the Eagles is December. And again, because of everything that you've done, you are in the driver's seat. You don't control your own destiny because if you understand destiny, it cannot be controlled. But you play the Titans at home. You travel to the Giants. You play the Bears on the road. You play the Cowboys on the road. It is going to be, you're going to have to be road warriors in the month of December. I keep hearing about the Bears game. The Bears are right now have the 3rd draft pick. The Bears are terrible. That's a terrible football team. I mean, if we're worried about beating the Bears, I think you're worried about the wrong things. You should be able to not look past it, but to be not concerned about that. I ask you both, though, do you believe the Giants have sprung a leak? Do you think the Giants have been exposed? You think the Giants I think we're hitting the Giants at the perfect time to play the Giants, where now they've got the doubt of losing 3 out of 4. They now have that self-doubt is slipping in. And they're in danger. If they were to lose to the Commanders on Sunday, they could be out of the playoff picture potentially, depending on what Seattle does.
I don't know. I can't. This Giants team has been one of the tougher ones to figure out this year. And I'm not even going to go into the AFC. I'm just talking about first you go division with me. First I go division, and then I go conference. They're just they were they as good as they were earlier? I wasn't sure about that, but they just kept doing it. and then they lose a couple games, you say, oh, have they come back to what they were supposed to be? I don't know, because Brian Dable seems to have a pretty good hold on that team. I still don't know what they are. I don't. It's kind of the same with the Commanders. I'm looking at this division. If my math is correct, this division is 32-13 overall.
Commanders have 7, Giants have 7. The Cowboys have 8, and the Eagles have 10.
I mean,
it's ridiculous.
It is. And so I don't know if you're catching the Giants at a good time. I don't know if Chicago, I don't think, is a good team. The Eagles should go in there and take care of that.
You should be able to take care of business against Chicago.
But it's in the middle of a 3-game away stretch, which is never easy.
Looking ahead to the Cowboys, you still can't let that one
3
slip
in a row
away.
on the road. I don't care if you're playing Chicago 3 times. It's to win 3 times on the road in a row is difficult. So I'm anxious on that. We pointed that out at the beginning of the season, that was a little tough go in this schedule, and it still is.
And because, Pat, of the 2.5-game lead on the Cowboys, 2 games plus the tiebreaker, you can take control and just make it that the Christmas Eve game means nothing. Means nothing to the Eagles, means everything to the Cowboys.
I am not concerned about 1 game on the remaining schedule.
Okay, that is bold.
It's not bold. They're 10-1.
No, that's bold.
They're one of the best teams, if not the best team in the NFL. I'm not worried at all. Look at the schedule. I mean, we're sitting here worried about...
What are you saying, worried?
Well...
You're putting worried into people's mouths.
Yeah.
It's just disgusting.
Put it on a headline for a story.
Yeah, exactly. Just say it's worried. I don't know what you're talking about, worried.
What would you call it?
I don't think it's worried at all.
What is it?
You got the Giants look like they've sprung a leak.
Okay.
The Titans look like a team that is imminently beatable.
Yeah.
But they could be dangerous. The Bears suck.
Yeah.
So it's just a doubt.
How is it bold to say I'm not worried about any game coming up?
Because of the Dallas game and because of the fact is what Bob brought up, 3 games in a row on the road in the NFL, for whatever reason, is almost an impossible task.
Inferior opponent.
Okay.
The road thing is, I get it, but like you're facing bad teams. I have the utmost confidence in the Eagles with the remaining schedule. Even the Dallas game, if all goes according to plan, according to you, John, that game's not even going to matter.
No, the game won't matter a thing to the Eagles. It'll mean everything to the Cowboys.
So when I look at the remaining schedule and I say, I'm not worried about any opponent on the remaining schedule, if the game doesn't matter, I don't care about it. You've already taken care of business. So if they end up losing that game, but they were starting Gardner Minshew, then you can't equate that of the I'm not worried about it. Well, yeah, it doesn't matter. Like that's cute. Let them have that one. I don't know. I'm kind of peacocking around right now, like
you
Cosmo
are feeling
Kramer.
it. You're sniffing yourself.
Yeah, with the Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. I'm walking around right now, just the sky high. And honestly,
you're more like Kramer.
This is the 3rd time in my life I've seen this team reach 10-1. This is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to act like this.
You're feeling it.
Supposed to be strutting around like you're the man.
Yeah, but look, could that take a little bit of a hit if, say, C.J. Gardner-Johnson's injury is worse than we first thought? And you're thinking, oh, man, you're going to have to start an undrafted rookie back there in Blankenship. That gets a little scary.
Well, hopefully, Avante. It appears that Jordan Davis. I'm not reporting anything. If you heard Zach Berman with us, it appeared, if I was to read between the lines, he's much more confident that Jordan Davis could be showing up on Sunday than he is Avante Maddox.
Yeah, and you're talking about people coming back from injuries. This is why looking too far ahead kind of gets me nervous. I don't know who's coming back, but who's not going to be there. I mean, think about it. All our thoughts are on getting Jordan Davis, Avante Maddox, Dallas Goedert back. Okay, that probably means somebody's not going to be there also. There's going to be more injuries, not just to the Eagles.
No.
They could be facing a Dallas team in a few weeks that doesn't have Micah Parsons. Say he twists an ankle. Or any other team. Derrick Henry could get hurt on the first carry of the game against the Eagles, and then the whole game plan changes. I mean, everything is just so up in the air, especially at this point of the season where you see so many injuries and different things happening that depth really comes into play. And last night was proof of that you lost a safety. You put in a rookie, unproven guy, and he comes in and gets you a huge pick. I'm just nervous about looking ahead thinking, oh, things are coming back, because I always go to, yeah, but things are probably going to go away also.
Could be.
Yeah.
Maybe the Eagles' bad stretch of injuries.
Maybe it's over.
Or maybe somebody else gets dealt with it. Gets to deal with it.
Knock on wood, and this is like a giant knock on wood, but they've lost, one guy, like one key contributor for the season, and every other injury they've dealt with, he's returning.
He could come back.
It's a big advantage for them, because you look at it and you go, okay, well, he's returning, and he'll probably be well rested. He might be a little rusty, but he'll be well rested for the playoffs. The whole point of teams wanting to clinch the number 1 seed, to rest their starters so they're fresh for the playoffs. So you look at the Dallas Goedert situation. Yeah, it sucks he's out, but that's a guy who plays really, really a physical game. Missing 4 weeks might not be the worst thing for him in the long run if you're looking to make a long playoff run. C.J. Gardner-Johnson, we'll find out there, but at least you'll see your safety depth. I don't want to say it's a good thing they're dealing with injuries, because obviously it's not, but it's not the worst thing when they're coming back. Jordan Davis forced them to go out and get Linville Joseph and Ndamukong Suh. It made them a better football team. It sucks that he's out, but it made them, in a way, a better football team.
Ndamukong Suh not show much last night or what? It seems as if people were...
Yeah, I heard... Can't remember. It might have been a national thing. Talking to Sue, he's like, "Oh, what's it going to be like that first game?"
He's
and
so
he
excited
said,
face.
Yeah, but he also said, "Well, the second game's tougher." And they said, "Why?" He goes, "Because I'm trying to recover from the first game." So he comes off the street, maybe not in the best shape, whatever, but he gets through a game. Well, then you get done the game, and you're like, "Oh my God, I forgot how sore that is."
It's like he got hit by a car.
Exactly. So I expect good things here on out from him and Joseph. And as I said, once you get back Jordan Davis and you have Hargrave in there, who has shown flashes this year, and Fletcher Cox, who last night...
Fletcher looked young last night.
He did. This could become a really good or better offense or defensive line than they are right now.
Sue had the quarterback pressure that led to one of the... And
Yes.
it might have been the Fletcher Cox sack, but they highlighted it where, Sue just bowled over... I think it was John Runyon Jr., actually. He bowled him over, got in Aaron Rodgers' face. Rodgers had to move to the left, and he ended up getting sacked. So he wasn't this, amazing presence out there, but I didn't think he was atrocious or by any mean. He was okay.
So 8.5 sacks now for Hassan Reddick.
Mm-hmm.
Every single one of them, 3rd down, 4th down, or creating a turnover.
He's a specialist.
He's fantastic.
He had a nice play last night on a run play, although he hit a guy forward and he got 4 extra yards. But tried to rush the passer. I think it was a delay. I don't know. It might have been Aaron Jones. And he was going to the quarterback, shed that block, peeled all the way back around, and hit the runner from behind to get a stop on him. They pointed it out on the show. Although he is a specialist, made a great play there on a run that could have been a lot longer.
Hey, Staples stores are a new world of possible with innovative tools for small business, remote workers, and learners. You can explore more at your local Staples store or visit staplesconnect.com. Pat, he doesn't even have to be friendly at the next Temple game if he keeps creating sacks like that and pressure like that.
Look,
I'll just hang with Mr. Way, Freeway.
Yes, Mr. Way.
I'll hang with Mr. Way and do that.
Hey, as long as there's somebody there where the Temple coaching staff can go, hey, he went here, you should too. I'm okay with whatever he does in his free time.
Boy, he's fantastic. He's been as expected, and he's going to be he should be easily a double-digit sack guy.
Yeah,
and that's fantastic.
So. But you're right. I didn't realize most of his sacks have come in
3rd down, 4th down,
situations.
in there. It's very key.
Exactly what you wanted from him, you're getting.
Yes, impact.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of when are guys coming back, Bob.
What?
When the hell are the Sixers getting when's this Joel Embiid thing, and why is it this is Joel's going to miss a game, then he's going to miss 2 because it's a back-to-back.
Who
now
cares?
he's missed 4. What's going on? What's going on?
You don't need him back. Are you kidding the way this team's playing?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know when they're going to come back. I think
What's going on?
I think they're looking at he and Harden coming back together, which 10 days, 2 weeks, whatever it may be. Maxi's going to be a little bit longer.
Christmas week for Maxi. I heard someone speculate yesterday.
Yeah, here's hoping. Those things are so tough because those fractures, high ankle sprains, however you want to whatever it is. You think you're good, and then you're not, and we all know what it's like, and it absolutely sucks that he has to go through this right now. But, look, they've won, 3, 4, 5, 6? They've won like 7 out of their last 9. 4, 5, 6.
Good
6
math
out of their
on your
last
part.
8. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
6 out of their last 8, but they've been fun to watch.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. I got home. I was lucky last night. Shot out of our pregame, got home before opening tap, watched the whole Sixers game before the Eagles came on. And they're fun. They move the ball well. They dribble penetrate really well. And Doc Rivers said it before the game last night. Tom McGinnis said to him on the pregame, what's the most important thing? I said dribble penetration, both stopping it and getting to it. And they did. Because when you dribble penetrate, if they're not picking up, boom, you have athletes that can hit at the rim. If they are picking up, they're passing out really well. Penetrate, pass out. And now your spot-up shooters are, George Niang, Shake Milton, DeAnthony Melton, who are shooting well. Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris has been, it's funny. It's almost like you're playing the JVs, but you still have that one varsity guy. And Tobias Harris knows he's the varsity guy. And if you really watch him, he's calling for the ball when needed. And he's going to the rim
He better
hard.
be with that crew, though.
Sure.
Right?
Oh, yeah. But it's still cool to see. And I just think that everybody's elevated their game a little bit more. It should only help them when Embiid, when Harden, when Maxey return.
What is sustainable, though, of what we've seen of these young guys, Pat, when Doc gets back and he gets his 3 stars back? Are we ever going to see these guys?
Probably
Is he
not.
going to say, oh, well, now I know I can use them?
No, I think he knows what his rotation is, and he's going to stick to it when everybody's healthy. And you'll see a smattering of Shake, and you'll see a little bit of Furkan, unfortunately.
Oh, jeez.
But you'll see some of these guys. The rotation's set. I just don't see Doc veering off that. We talk about Nick Sirianni a lot on the show and the coaching job that he did. And the thing that I was most impressed with is his rookie year as a coach, as a head coach. He diverted from his game plan of pass to make it more of a run-heavy offense. And I've often said, it's credit to him. Coaches don't change up their game plan mid-season. Rarely do coaches change up their game plan at all. I don't see Doc Rivers, a veteran coach, being like, oh, I might actually have something here. Let's go with more of this. No.
That disappoints me,
I hope I'm wrong.
I believe Pat will be proven right. Doc will go back to being Doc.
I don't.
Really?
I don't. I don't think you had a set rotation this year so far. I mean, your starting 5 has only played, not many games together. And when they are together, he was still toying with a Matisse Thybulle. He was still toying with, B-Ball Paul wasn't getting that many minutes. Montrezl Harrell, I don't think he knew what he had in Shake Milton. Still, I think he's a little more confident in those guys. The one guy I don't think who's going to get a smattering, I think Korkmaz is out. I think he's going to be low guy on the totem pole despite the play.
Right.
Did you guys see the highlight play he made last night where he dribbled into a lane, behind the back pass, drifted out to the 3, got that, another fake, and then hit a 3, and it was like, what the hell's going on here? But I don't think he's there. I think Doc has to have gotten more confidence in Milton, in B-Ball Paul, and this Tucker thing.
Can I ask you about PJ Tucker? Because that's where I was hoping you were going to go.
Yeah.
One game he scored in the last 7.
Yeah,
with
that's
all
weird.
these veterans out. And more importantly, too, is I see he's a defensive. He is a guy that will be. I could see him being of extreme value in a postseason series. But my God, they need some offense out of him.
Yeah, it's
embarrassing because we used to say this wasn't enough when Thybulle was balling out defensively, and people were really impressed with Thybulle's defense, and he was maybe an all-defensive team first player. Everybody said, but he doesn't have an offensive game, so it's not good enough. So why is it good enough for PJ Tucker?
Because his defense is even better.
Oh, it is better.
Yeah. But I mean, you watch him. Here's the tough thing. And I've gone through this. Like, do you bring him off the bench because he gives you absolutely nothing offensively, which is a little strange in that he was the leading three-point shooter from the corner last year. But if you bring him in with the second unit, then you can't match him up with a Giannis. You can't match him up with the better players in the league. Who else did he have the other? Oh, Kevin Durant. You watch the highlights of him on those guys. those guys struggle mightily when he's playing
makes
defense.
them work.
Oh.
He makes them work to just get the ball back.
Yeah, so it's almost like you have to start him. You can't go one game you don't start him, and the next game you kind of do. And I see everything that you're saying, John. You're absolutely right.
How do you not have more of an offensive game, though, with all of those guys out?
Because they're a standstill offensive team, right? They're not out there running. We talked about it before, how slow they are. Well, how do good three-point shooters get to be good three-point shooters? They get to their spot. They get open, and boom, there's a pass. How does that happen? Usually out of a fast break. Usually out of a rebound and go. How often do you see the Sixers do that?
Oh, my gosh. Transition offense is it's non-existent.
And it starts with Joel Embiid. Watch how many times he'll grab a rebound, and it's not a look up and go. It's maybe one or two dribbles, bounce, little pass to the point guard, let's get things started. Or a pass back to a James Harden or whatever. I would love to see Embiid grab a rebound and the thought process be get the ball to half court right away. Somebody breaking and going.
What's your feeling tonight, Sixers +1? You had a great read yesterday. You had every confidence. You loved the Sixers last night.
Yeah,
And
that was a great effort last night.
On the Bet Parks app.
Yeah, good man. You know what? Here's the good thing. Atlanta played last night in Miami.
And traveled up.
And had to travel up here. So they're in the same road as the Sixers. They're playing good right now, so I'm not going to go against the Sixers. I'd take them again if I was you, John. I'm going to take them tonight.
Well, you should do that. Let's do that, and we'll be brothers in arms with that. So we'll get that going. You want to get in with us, share your thoughts on a big Eagles victory and more, 610-632-0975. John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic. World Soccer Match Madness. Those are your plans on Tuesday afternoon, to watch USA battle Iran and take them out. The Bet Parks Sportsbook and Casino app wants you to enjoy the fun of that. If you think you're some sort of soccer expert, well, then put it on the line. You're going to see why it's the only casino and sportsbook that I recommend. I'd bet the U.S. tomorrow against Iran. Just bet good versus evil, and you'll be fine, and you'll win every time. That doesn't always work with the Flyers, though. Can't figure out which the evil team is. You're going to love it. Download the Bet Parks app right now. New users can get up to $750 in sportsbook bonus back if your first bet's not a winner. That's a guarantee for you. But individual player performances, thank you. Thank you, Miles Sanders, for a big night last night. Use the Bet Parks app. You got the Eagles just less than a touchdown favorite on Sunday versus the Titans. If you're afraid that number is going to shift to your negative equity, get on in right now. You got to be 21 and present in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
Say it. I'll say it. Loser, putz, dork, doof, dink, schmo, dingus, goober.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Hey, it's Jen Scordo for CNC Heating and Air Conditioning. When the weather outside is frightful and your PJs are warm and delightful, then who needs a good heater, right? Wrong. Our utility bills continue to rise. Don't get stuck with an old HVAC system. One call to my friends at CNC Heating will ensure that your home will be warm and toasty even without those fuzzy PJs. Look, if you live in Buxton, Montgomery County, you can trust your home to CNC Heating and Air Conditioning. Family owned and proven for 50 years. You'll see why homeowners rely on CNC for their family's comfort. And as a gift to you this holiday season, CNC is offering $500 off all new systems when you mention this ad through the end of the year. Search CNC Heating to schedule your system service analysis today. That's CNC Heating and Air Conditioning. Their family is here to keep your family comfortable all year long.
Hi, I'm Steven Singer. Yep, that's me, the I Hate Steven Singer guy. People ask, what does this mean, I hate Steven Singer? Well, most other jewelers love to sell diamond studs that are cheap. They have a name for it, frozen spit. I'm serious. That's what other jewelers call their own products, frozen spit. Can you imagine buying a cloudy diamond that's milky color? Oh my. Buy real diamonds from a real jeweler. Steven Singer Jewelers, who backs up every diamond with a real lifetime full trade-in value. The best money-back guarantee in the business. Here's why. Other jewelers hate our beautiful and needed diamond studs because ours are 100% eye flawless and near colorless. Beautiful stuff. They come complete with our 14-karat safety silicone backs, so she never has to worry about losing them or outgrowing them, because our diamonds are such nice quality that we offer everyone a lifetime upgrade. You can trade in your Anita Diamond studs and get exactly what you paid for them. I wish I could trade in my old iPhone and get what I paid. Visit me, the real Steven Singer, at the other corner of 8th and Walnut, or online at IHateStevenSinger.com. One place, one price.
Hey, it's Hunter from my friends at FC Kerbeck. My family's been buying trucks and SUVs from Kerbeck for longer than I can remember. As a matter of fact, I just got my new truck from Kerbeck a few months back. Why Kerbeck? Because they always have the best selection at the lowest price. Period. And FC Kerbeck now has another exclusive money-saving offer just for you. That's right, Kerbeck will now handle half of your sales tax. Yes, 50% off your sales tax handled by Kerbeck. That's half off. FC Kerbeck is overstocked with pre-owned Cadillacs, new and pre-owned Buicks and GMCs, as low as 3.99% APR financing for 72 months, or lease a brand new 2022 GMC Terrain from $199 per month. At the foot of the Tacony-Palmyra Bridge is where you'll find the best selection and the best price, and right now it's where you'll find half off sales tax. For more information, dial 1-800-KERBECK or click KerbeckCars.com.
Craftsman Days at Lowe's are going on now. Get limited time savings across the store, like $100 off a V20 6-tool combo kit. Plus, enter the Craftsman Days Ultimate Garage Sweepstakes for a chance to win Craftsman products valued at over $10,000. Learn more at Lowe's.com/Ultimate Garage. Offer valid through 12/31 while supplies last. No purchase necessary. Ends 12/31. Residents of 50 USDC, 18 or older, and age of majority, and have a Lowe's.com account. Void where prohibited. See rules at Lowe's.com/Ultimate Garage for entry instructions, odd prices, etc. Sponsor Lowe's.
Could you please pass the potatoes?
Uncle Bob, why are you singing?
With all the rewards we are getting, with the Navy Federal Credit Union's cash rewards card, I hired a singing coach for caroling.
But it's summer.
Since we get up to 1.75% cash back on all our holiday purchases, there is cheer to last all year.
Please stop.
These potatoes are delicious, by the way.
Get cheer to last all year with Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
Today on Hey Culligan, reverse to reduce. Here's Bob.
Hey Culligan, I love fresh water, but I got plastic bottles coming out.
Whoa, Bob, you are not kidding about the bottles. But did you know Culligan's reverse osmosis and always-on drinking water systems provide fresh, clean, delicious drinking water and help reduce the equivalent of over 15 billion plastic bottles from landfills worldwide?
Holy, fresh, environmentally friendly drinking water. Am I right?
Right, Bob. And we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test from a local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
At Simply Safe Home Security, your safety is the only thing that matters. So this holiday season, we're giving you 40% off any new system, because feeling secure in your home is a gift that everyone deserves. Named Best Home Security of 2022 by U.S. News & World Report, Simply Safe protects your whole home with advanced technology, powered by 24/7 professional monitoring. Visit simplysafe.com/holiday to save 40% today. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Hey, it's Cuz. I hate to say it, but winter's coming. So don't worry. Do what I did and be prepared with an Aaron's, the king of snow. Every Aaron's two-stage snow throw is handcrafted in the USA with powerful engines that won't bog down in any condition. I love my Aaron's snow thrower, especially when I need it most to get me cleared out and on the road fast. Aaron's builds the toughest machines for the worst conditions with a model to fit every need. Throw back when old man winter dishes out with an Aaron's, the king of snow. Visit your local independent Aaron's dealer today.
Hello? Whether you're at home or on the go, listen to 97.5 The Fanatic on Odyssey on your smartphone, Roku, LG Smart TV, Waze, and more. That's Odyssey, AUDACY. Check it out now.
Bob Cooney here with the transformative play of the game, brought to you by Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia, transforming the Stadium District in Philly. Well, that transformative play of the game came in the third quarter. With about 7:23 to go, Jalen Hurts dropped back in shotgun, short pass, 6 yards, touchdown. A.J. Brown puts the Eagles up 34-20 in what turned out to be a high-scoring win. And this transformative play of the game is brought to you by Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia, transforming the stadium district with world-class gaming, luxury hotel accommodations, and premier dining and entertainment. It's the ultimate game day watch party headquarters presented by Bud Light. Catch the action at Sports and Social or Center Bar with giveaways, contests, and special alumni appearances. Sip on specialty cocktails at the Prime Rib. Try Philly favorites with a twist at Luck Foo, like cheesesteak egg rolls or the Philly roll. Enjoy $5 Bud Lights every game. Game days at Live, presented by Bud Light. To learn more, visit livecasinophilly.com. Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
Now, back to the Kincade Show.
Yes, if you ever wondered, I do talk straight through the breaks.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. You know that Bet Parks Casino and Sportsbook app. Odds, slots, bets, and games all come together in perfect harmony right in your pocket. You can download it now at betparks.com. Tomorrow is going to be a crazy day because all people are going to be trying to make plans. You may want to head out to the new Lawrence Park PJs, which opens today. That's the first day for that. Great place to watch it because Team USA tomorrow. Coach, is your voice going to be well enough for the live broadcast tomorrow to be able to maybe give us 90 seconds with Coach?
Nah, I don't think so. Write it, Coach. One of us will do it.
That didn't sound good.
No, it's not great.
You're getting back. Yeah, it's getting back though a little bit, right?
Yeah, we'll see what it sounds like tomorrow.
We'll see how it feels tomorrow. Hopefully, it'll feel a little bit better.
Feel like Peter Brady.
It is.
Is that a dollar in the jar?
That's $1. I don't know. Pat, Peter Brady's not a.
No, that's kind of timeless.
That's sort of a.
Is it?
Yeah, I think everybody gets the Peter Brady reference. Yeah.
That your voice cracks?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it spans a lot of generations. Yeah.
Considering the Brady Bunch is still one of the most.
Time to change.
Very good. Very good, Pat.
Yeah, sure.
I like that. Bob was dribbling basketballs.
No, I can admit that I've played some Brady trivia in my life and probably kicked ass on it. So, yeah.
Oh, that sounds like a challenge, Coach.
I might be a little rusty because it's been I don't know. It's only been like 30 years since we watched.
Might be a little challenge though, Coach.
Well, I'm not going to challenge you on sitcoms or soap operas because that's your life.
Maybe seems like you challenged him, Bob.
Sounds like you did.
No, I said in the past I have.
In the past.
You called that man a bitch with your eyes.
That was what it is. And Pat, you can't even see.
No, but I know.
You saw that.
I can see that.
My contacts are in.
That's how obvious it is.
Velma.
I can't see, but I could see that.
Pat, when are the glasses coming so we can get back to normal?
I literally just have to take them to a place to get them fixed. It's not
Velma.
I've just been lazy.
Let's get Pat fixed. That's what I don't know.
Do you wear contacts when you play hockey, or do you keep your glasses on?
No, I used to wear glasses.
Hanson Brothers?
Yeah, I used to just wear glasses because it didn't bother me, and then I started wearing contacts, and I only wear them when I play hockey. And when these glasses broke, I started having to wear them.
I thought you said hockey and romance.
No,
romance, you don't wear them. You don't wear them. You don't wear them.
Hockey is romance in Pat's life.
It.
And you just said something very key. You said, "Let's get Pat fixed." I agree. Let's get him fixed.
Yeah, but where do you go?
At the vet down the street. Greenfield.
There's a back alley doctor we can find.
Somebody who can.
Pat. Yeah,
I got a guy.
Yeah, slip him $100.
Let's check out the verdict, which is brought to you by the personal injury law firm of Flager and Associates. They care, they prepare, and they win. Visit FlagerLaw.com. So, concern was a word used by 4 of our jurors. Dominance was the dominant word today by 7 of the jurors.
They
and
ain't
honestly,
wrong.
and it was the takeaway of the game is that was sort of one of those, they were going to wear you down, lean on you, and then lean on you again. And there are many teams who will not be able to match the physicality of the Eagles. But our, I think, a pretty joyous jury today, celebrating 10-1, which is pretty incredible. And Pat, you've seen it twice in your lifetime. 10-1 is that's lofty. That really, you're talking about a lofty setup.
It overrides everything else. It overrides the concern of the defensive line. It overrides that safety might be hurt. It overrides everything that you have concerns about. 10-1 right now just overrides it.
Yeah, it gives you that feeling of confidence. So.
Sure, absolutely.
It makes it look. Everybody that's listening right now to us, and this includes us, by the way. Got up early
if we're
for
listening,
work.
yeah.
Got up early for work,
right?
And it was a late night. But it makes it a lot easier to get up early for work with a lack of sleep when your team's 10-1.
There we go.
You heard Andrew from Phoenixville call up earlier. He smile on his face. Nobody looks forward to Mondays, but Mondays are okay when your team's 10-1.
Hey, there's a hidden landmine that's going to help the Eagles get that NFC's crown and secure it all up. And it's just a look ahead, as we said, man, the Eagles have that little road stretch of 3 straight road games, which, by the way, people are saying, a few emailers saying the 3 straight road games, the amount of times the teams sweep 3 straight road games. Bob, you were saying, boy, you try to go 2-1 in that stretch. You try to take care of business. A sweeping 3 straight road games tends to be around less than a quarter of the time. So it's tough.
Yeah.
Whether it's legitimate opponents or not, it tends to be tough. Here's the best part of it, though. At the end of the year, the Cowboys get a short week at the Titans and then finish out at the Commanders, where the Eagles will be at home against the Saints and the Giants. The Cowboys finish out at the Titans, at the Commanders. So just watch. Giants-Commanders this week is going to be a really interesting game to watch. That's going to be one. The Commanders can jump the Giants. That's a run.
I don't know how they're doing it. For a joke of an organization, for an organization that got a starting quarterback in and his coach questioned him after 4 games and then backpedaled and said, oh, no, I'm not questioning him. Then he gets hurt and you go to your backup, but then your backup's doing mediocre, but that's better than what your guy you brought in and Carson Wentz was doing. And yet here you are. If the season were to end now, you'd be in the playoffs.
What did he say? What's the biggest difference between you and the rest of the competition in the NFC East? Quarterback.
Yeah. That's what Ron Rivera, a respected.
And he let it fly. I just think it came out.
And I think it was total honesty. It came out because it was total honesty, and then it was, crap.
God,
I can't believe I just say that.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah, this division it's crazy. You do. You expect Washington to fall off. You expect the Giants to fall off. And maybe they've lost a game here and there, and you say, oh, here it comes. But it really hasn't yet. So I don't know. The one thing that I do look at is with all these division games coming up, these are good division teams.
Oh, yes.
It's going to make you better playing them because they're going to be not only division games, but those teams are all playing for something, and as are the Eagles for the number 1 overall seed. That's kind of playoff football there. And anytime you can get some sort of like playoff football before the playoffs actually begin, that sure isn't a hindrance, I don't think.
No, I think it's going to be it'll be fun to watch. This is going to be a wild time. The special teams, though, an issue, and Ron wants to talk about it. Ron, good morning. You're on The Fanatic.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. I not to be a Debbie Downer, man, but I was like, the special teams coach should be fired, gone. I mean, anybody could do better than that. Anybody.
It's terrible.
Every week, it's this, and this is the worst. I think it's the worst special teams outshowing of the year. Don't you? I don't know. And it's not getting better. It's getting worse.
He shows no improvement. It's showing no improvement, and I don't know what needs to go on other than the head coach taking the reins and taking care of things.
Somebody, yeah. And the run defense, I don't know what happened to the run defense. I mean, it was porous as porous, but still, it is. We bend, don't break. I guess that's their maybe still philosophy, but yeah, you can't give good teams, even Aaron Rodgers, starting at the 50-yard line. Come on, and then the coming backs on those is just terrible.
One completion and they're in field goal range for the most part. So
exactly.
You're right, Ron. You're not being a Debbie Downer. Those are true concerns.
Sure.
About this team. That special teams, though, was pitiful last night. That kick coverage was terrible.
Yeah, and it goes back to something I brought up before as I'm watching it last night. I'm thinking, man, these guys aren't good tacklers either. And usually you say that about special team guys because that's why they're not playing on the first team. That's why they're playing special teams, because they're not as good as the guys in front of them. But this whole team isn't good tacklers.
Would you ever consider, if you're Nick Sirianni, putting a few starters on?
I don't know.
On special teams, no?
I hate that to begin with.
Yeah,
I don't.
either.
Yeah,
You don't like it either?
I don't want to see Devontae Smith unless it's a
No,
dire
I'm
situation.
talking about
No,
more
I
the
know,
kick
I know.
coverage.
But I'm just expanding it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to see him back receiving punts. I don't like starters on my special teams, and those guys need to embrace it better. Those guys need to know, hey, here's your job. You have to do it. And the tackling thing is still just
terrible.
bad. It's bad. And they still don't
you know,
practice
you really don't like you because this is what a college coach would do, is he'd put starters on the special teams to set the tone, because you got to stop this bleeding. Somebody's going to make you pay for this badly, and as Zach Berman clearly pointed out, special teams cost the Packers a home playoff game last year as the number 1 seed when they'd rampaged through the NFL.
Yeah.
And they lost to the 49ers only on special teams. That's what cost them.
Yeah, and it's scary because it's such a small part of the game when you think about it. It's a given anymore that after touchdowns, team's going to kick the ball out of the end zone. The other team's starting at the 25.
Right.
But it's not with the Eagles because, now I think the ankle that he suffered earlier in the season might be still hindering Jake Elliott a little bit.
Could be.
He's not kicking the ball out of the end zone. He's kicking it 4 or 5 yards deep. And other teams are saying, that's fine, we'll take it and go. So instead of it just being on the 25, no, they're taking their chances. And then on punts, normally other teams fair catch because punters are that good. That's not happening because they want to challenge the Eagles special teams.
Remember they used to show you hang times on punts and hang times on kickoffs?
Yeah. Don't
They
see that anymore. No.
Ever. And it would be valuable because I think the ball gets to the opposing team on kickoffs very quickly. I think the ball doesn't take a long time to get there. Not a lot of arc on it. Not a lot of hang time.
Yeah.
Which doesn't allow, I'm not making excuses for the crappy tackling that occurs once it gets there.
Yeah, if I'm an opposing team and I'm kicking off or punting to the Eagles, I'm making them field it.
Yep.
Because their return game sucks also. Well, at least they have Boston Scott back there now, which has some semblance of a return game. But yeah, you talked about it earlier, John, and some people poo-pooed it on the YouTube. Bringing in a guy that can consistently kick the ball out of the end zone.
Why not?
Yeah, why
Teams
not?
have
Because
done it before.
And it's like, oh, you don't want to take another roster spot. Well, please tell me what the kid Britton Covey is doing on a roster spot.
You can take Britton Covey's roster spot. You bring in a kicking specialist that doesn't allow. Last night, if you don't allow those kickoff returns, the Eagles win that game by 21.
Oh, that and the fumble by A.J. Brown, which
seriously.
takes the ball all the way down. They had 3. Yeah, you're right, John. They had 3 series where they had sure fields.
Let's get to Pat's point of view because he wants you to know on the way out today, he says the Eagles are back.
This is Pat's point of view. Here's Pat.
Hi, guys.
Can you see you where you are? We see you.
Yeah, I can see you.
Can you
but
see us waving at
I
you?
can see you waving, but I cannot make any discernible feature about
That's
your face.
amazing.
Yeah.
If
Bob holds up a hand with fingers.
Bob, not that finger. Not that finger, Bob.
Probably won't be able to figure out which finger he's talking about. Look, I watched the game last night with a different perspective than you guys, I guess. I looked at it like, all right, this Eagles team's back. And it felt to me like this Eagles team is back. And then I went, oh, wait, but the defense gave up 33 points. So were my eyes deceiving me?
Well, who knows with your eyes right now?
It's good.
You watched a game with your eyes right now.
Caller has a point. But I looked at them like they were back, but the defense didn't play all that well. So what do you guys think? Now, I mean, throughout the show, I've been able to figure out that you don't really think that they are back. You think that this is 4 games now in a row that they played poorly, and I think this was the first step in the right direction.
I think there's poor. I felt
aspects.
best. I felt best out of the last 4 games. Last night I felt the best about because I also was of the line of going. Even when they fell behind in the game, I thought the Eagles would score anytime they wanted to. So I felt the best of the last 4 games last night. So maybe I'm feeling the same thing you are, just not to the extreme.
Okay.
And
Because
when
the
you
offense is dominant.
when you look closer at that defense, The first touchdown Green Bay scored, they started at their own 41. The second one they scored, they were at the Eagles' 37. And the third touchdown they scored, they were at the Eagles' 13. Think about that. Own 41, Eagles 37, Eagles 13. That's where they
ridiculous.
were starting 3 touchdown drives.
Yeah, they had ideal field position.
Yeah, now the defense didn't do anything much to help themselves, but that's kind of a tough road right there. So
you're not helping your defense. The defense did nothing to garner your big, let's big and support it.
No, but it's you
got to help them out though.
You can give up 3 first downs and then all of a sudden force a 3 and out and punt when you start out on, when you force the team to start out on their own 20. When you're starting out on your own, when you're having a team starting out on their own 40 and you give up 3 first downs, now you're at the very least you're in field goal range.
Here's one for you on the defense yesterday. The Eagles were one of the best teams in the NFL on third down defense yesterday. One of the best teams in the entire league in any game played. They were shutting down on third down constantly. I think they were 0 for 6 at one point.
It felt like they had a lot of third and longs, and the defense, to Jonathan Gannon's credit, the defense sent the house.
Yeah, they weren't passive on the third and long.
No, the defense, sent a lot of pressure, and you saw Rodgers kind of just fold under it. He didn't have a lot of time to throw on third down because they were sending a lot of blitz.
It's such a week-to-week game, and it's so crazy how it goes. Now, we talk about the Washington loss, and Washington held the ball for 40 minutes to the Eagles 20, all that. Yesterday, the Eagles ran the ball 49 times.
Oh, my gosh.
Green Bay had 49 total plays. Exact even. Yeah, so, it's just such a week-to-week thing, and you never know what's going to happen. That's why I really like this Eagles team, because one week they can beat you with the pass, one week they can beat you with the run, one week they'll have both, and some weeks the defense is really, really good.
The Eagles ran it 49 times. How many were Jalen Hurts?
17.
Okay, because when Taylor Heineke and the Commanders came in and did it, they ran the ball like just about that many times, right?
Yeah.
It was very similar, but Taylor Heineke wasn't having the designed runs.
No, I mean, the fact that Jalen Hurts had 100 yards in the first quarter.
So I would
that's insane.
And I know at times it's necessary, like a third down scramble to get the first down is necessary. And Pat, you brought it up earlier, I just want to see the end of the majority of these design runs. So better than 50% of them I want being gone. I would rather see a back have them. I don't want to see these unnecessary hits. He got sandwiched last night down near the goal line around the 11-yard line.
Yeah.
I thought he took a shot to the shoulder.
Yeah, I mean, he was kind of like sitting up, and it almost bent him over forward.
He's tough as nails, though, man.
He is. He gets hit less on his scrambles, not designed, on his scrambles than he does on his designed runs.
The greatest
Something to think about.
Greatest thing to me with Jalen Hurts, though, there's the one attribute. He just look into his eyes before a critical third down. They're going, it's third down and 7, and you just see his eyes. He just always looks the same.
Yeah, I was looking for him
amazing.
I was looking for him to be tired last night after all those long runs, and they had the close-up of his face, like you're saying. And it's almost like he's controlling his breathing. He's very calm. A lot of times his mouth is closed, so he's breathing through his nose, trying to catch his breath that way. It just seems like everything that you said, John, he is taking it all in and knowing what the situation is. I need to calm myself down. I need to be calm for my team. I'm going to run this next play, and I'm going to run it really well.
I want to look cool. I want to be cool. Like I'm going to exude that.
Yeah.
Pat, it's like our boy Wayne Gretzky.
Not at all.
It's like our boy Wayne Gretzky. He's
Gretzky, your boy?
No.
I thought you liked Wayne Gretzky.
You wouldn't even say hi to him at dinner.
You wouldn't even come over.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even come over.
But I wouldn't say he's my boy.
Wayne Gretzky said the game moved slower for him, like as his career went on.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Kobe Bryant talked about it in one of the books, that the further he went on his career, everything seemed like it was almost in slow motion, and he saw it.
Yeah.
And I got to feel that's the way Jalen Hurts is coming into it. Because Jalen Hurts, the one thing is, we do not ever talk about him having happy feet. Last year,
I thought he had it last year, for sure.
Last year, we talked about it consistently.
And this year, you're right. It's like when he takes off running, I just feel like it's a design run, or he's taking what the defense is giving him. And last night, the defense was giving the Eagles the running game all game long.
And he took it. whenever it was necessary.
Yep.
But we never, ever, since the Detroit game, have we talked as a talking point. Man, Jalen Hurts has got to stop at the happy feet.
And even in the Detroit game, it's like
they were designed.
There were a lot of plays that in the moment I thought he had happy feet, and then when they showed the replay, it's like
he was exiting.
Actually, he didn't really have a lot of time because the offensive line played so poorly in that game that he didn't have a choice but to move. So even that, I think the happy feet in the Detroit game was a little deceiving.
You want to get in with us tomorrow? We will look forward to seeing you. The American Association for Cancer Research. We will use it to benefit Giving Tuesday. Giving Tuesday live from our new Performance Center inside the Fanatic Studios. $50 ticket if you want to come. Breakfast from Pagano's Market, live viewing of the show. Birds linebacker Nakobe Dean will be live and in person from 8:30 to 9:30. Everyone who attends gets a $25 gift card to Rally House and a great gift from Steven Singer Jewelers. So even for your $50 gift, you're walking away with more. Plus chances to win Sixers and Flyers tickets. Get yourself in now at 97.5thefanatic.com. It'll all benefit the AACR on the National Day of Giving on Giving Tuesday. Now, today's Cyber Monday. Will you cyber shop today, Bob? On Cyber Monday?
Yeah, no.
No. Coach, will you cyber shop on Cyber Monday?
I have about 5-6 things in my Amazon cart.
Ready to go today?
Yep.
Pat, will you cyber shop? You cyber shop often.
I'll browse, yeah, absolutely.
You'll browse today?
Yeah, Eagles are 10-1. I'll browse.
By the way, there's some great deals.
In a good mood.
There's some great deals out there today on Cyber Monday.
Wasn't Friday kind of a Cyber Day also?
Black Friday, though, was huge. The malls had record days.
Yeah,
wow.
It kind of goes, at this point, it goes like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
It's amazing. And then tomorrow
they stretch it out.
Tomorrow there's another one. It's Giving Tuesday tomorrow, but I just saw where tomorrow the travel industry has Travel Tuesday that they're going to debut.
I'm going to have to check that out.
With savings on airfares, hotels, and things like that. So they're going to try to capitalize it as a Travel Tuesday. I don't know about the National Day of Giving, if that's a good thing to do, but they're going to do it anyway. So, hey, we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning. Hopefully you're going to make it out. Support life-saving cancer research. Join us and our generous partners. H&H Heating and Air Conditioning. Make a donation today to the AACR. They're the American Association for Cancer Research. That's what Giving Tuesday will be benefiting tomorrow. Cancer research saves lives. We'll be with you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., at 6 a.m. Cuz Radio comes your way at 10. Don't miss it. Have a great day, everybody. I know we all love our pets. And if you love your pets, check out Pets Plus Naturals. They've made it their mission to save as many cats and dogs as possible. So if you're thinking about adopting a forever family member, go get the dog or the cat, not one that you buy, one that you adopt from Pets Plus Naturals. They're saved from a shelter. They're brought to Pets Plus. They're cared for by vets, given proper nutrition and a lot of love. And they're in tip-top shape, ready to be your next four-legged friend at your house. If you and your family are looking for a holiday pet, this is a great thing. Go to adoptinstead.org, adoptinstead.org, and see all the animals that the folks at Pets Plus have already rescued. They've been locally owned and operated for over 30 years. Pets Plus Naturals has over 30 locations. There's bound to be a Pets Plus Naturals near you, featuring free delivery. And in some areas, you're going to find your forever pet. Visit PetsPlusNaturals.com and be sure to tell them that the Fanatic sent you in.
The John Kincade Show.
Oh, geez, look at the butt on that. Yeah, he must work out.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
There is no doubt about it.